Welcome to the GRG podcast, where you get all the latest gaming news, hot topics, and more. With guest Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, 108 Dragons TV, Bloody Knuckles, Operations Op, 100, live, and your host, KMEGA 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
What's up, everybody? You know what's funny, Lemon? What's funny? What's funny? Because we live. We doing it live! That's what's funny. That's sucker. Yeah. We doing it live, sucker. We are doing it live. What's going on, everybody, man? The GRG podcast is in full effect, baby. And happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Which means that there's either a lot of lonely motherfuckers out there, or y'all been with y'all's ladies or your men for so consecutive long time. And well, I'm just saying, whatever's is going on. I mean, look, you know what I'm saying? Either you're lonely, or you got things popping up, or you've been with your significant other for so long they just don't give two shits because they instead of you out there watching movies. You got to be, you want to listen to a video podcast. That's what I like. Thank you for being here at the GRG podcast for sure, baby, man. Thank you. Without further ado, let's go to the panel, man. We're a little light tonight, but that's okay. We can knock out these topics, and then we're going to do something a little bit different since we're going to be taking a couple of weeks off because of in celebration of some things that's going on here in the future for KMEGA. And so other than that, man, let's get to it. What's going on with your bloody knuckles? What's happening, bro? You back from your ritual with your Satan rings and POS 2? How was that? No, what's going on, man? What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good to be back with the family. Livewire might show up late. I don't know what 100 is going to do. When we seen and talked to him earlier, when me and Lemon and Live was what? They can't hear nobody? Hold on. The audio is included. Go ahead and say something. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on. This, you know what? I do this damn near like every week now. Let's go. It seems like this happens all the time. Okay, I know. I got it. Oh shit. Let me do something. I got you. You can only hear me. All right. So, let's see. Let me try to do some prepping right fast. Try to get this taken care of. Other than that, oh yeah, damn. Why did OBS do that? Wait, hey.
Calm down there, Megatron. We don't need to go
back.
there.
We back. Look, but see, you know what? This just shows the progression of KMEGA when it comes to working with OBS and when they do updates and things of that nature. Because we did have an update. I did have an update.
Other brothers' shystiness.
And yes. And you know what I'm saying? So you can hear me now. Y'all can hear everybody else now. So we good. Hey, Vodka. It's not being a noob. What it is being a professional and then getting it right without having to back up. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? What's up with you, Eric? You know what I'm saying? Remember, you got to put legendary when you put that word, we got letter there. You got to put legendary Mega 405, man. I appreciate it, though. What's going on with you? What's going on? Hey, Don, yes, it is what it is. We back. We here. It's working. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
is it working?
Can hear you now. It's working. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
it's working.
Okay. I'm making sure? You
sure? Yeah. I'm positive.
All right, just make sure.
Maybe I just wanted people to hear my voice for a hot minute.
Right.
Anyway, whatever.
Somebody's audio is playing in the background.
I don't hear nobody's audio hitting in the background.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh, damn. He said, Vodka
tripping.
said regression. Anyway, no. We're not doing that. Anyway, so what's up, Bloody? What's going on with you, man? Sorry that you was gone. But you was doing it for a good cause, which was really a unnecessary cause because the cause didn't work for you. But you're back now. And so what's going on with you, man? What's happening?
You know, it was good. Just had to be the face of the Japanese gaming for Xbox. You know, someone had to maintain that title and had to stick it out. You know, gotta show the love, and you know that whole weekend was a good time for all the Japanese fans because of the fact that they broke that game, but in a good way. You know, there was a lot of love for that game, so can't wait for when they do the open beta for Phantasy Star. So it was well worth it. I was like, once we got in. It was working. It was clean.
Somebody cut this mother sucker's mic off.
We were playing till 8 a.m. We was all going off.
Cut his mic off.
Nope, worth it. Just because you didn't enjoy it, don't mean the rest of us didn't.
I did enjoy it when it worked.
And it was working. But guess what? Who cut out early? Who wasn't really willing to put in the time and wait?
I had a podcast to do. I have responsibilities to my brothers. My brothers, my American brothers.
Oh, get out of here with that. I gave him a heads up well ahead of time.
You know what? Read that super chat. Read that super chat.
All right, so everybody can hear everybody, right? Because I see Don over here being messy. Don saying, where'd KMEGA's voice go? Anyway, stop it.
Shout out to Emmanuel A with that $2 super chat saying tonight's the night to hit it raw. And you know we about to go raw. There's plenty of news that we about to go off on.
Yes.
Just saying.
Right. Okay, so can everybody hear me? That's all. Can everybody hear everybody? Let me just see somebody say that in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me read this. Infernal Lock. He says, yo, Next Gen 720 clowning you on Twitter. I know it though. Happy Valentine's Day. Look, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Infernal, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? When people get in here and they start talking about other people, that's all. Can everybody hear everybody? Oh yeah, I can hear my voice now. I'm just checking it for myself. All right. So anyway, but no, bro.
We don't do that here. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate
the support, but yeah, Infernal, I don't care. I really don't. Just think about it like this: if anybody's out here talking about other men on Valentine's Day and they have significant others that's women, I think that that's a problem. I really do. I'm not here to talk about anybody. I'm here to talk about gaming news, have fun. We interact with you guys and just go from there. I'm not caring about anybody else and what they do out there outside of the circle that I have and the people that I deal with. That's it. Anything else other than that,
from the redhead Care Bear.
It's nothing. From the Care Bear. So trust me, I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm happy. And for what anybody got to say, they can say it. It is what it is, man. I keep it pushing. I keep it moving. So anyway, man, let's go on without further ado. Let's go to the Rookie of the Year. What's going on with you, Op? What's happening, bro?
Yo, no much, man. Just chilling. And Bleeding Edge beta today. That was pretty fun though. It does have some issues though. I can't deny it has some issues around the edges and whatnot. It got ironed out, but other than that, it's pretty solid so far.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Bleeding Edge. That's gonna be the first thing we're gonna talk about. So I look forward to hearing what you and Bloody and everybody else what they think about the game per se. So what's other than that? Let's go on to my main man, Lemetheus from the Zeus. What's going on with you, bro?
Life is good, baby. Infernal Lock. I appreciate that $2 super chat. We all do. Nice wins in Call of Duty 108. Yeah, that's what I do. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you coming through and even watching the stream, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, KMEGA, it's been a great game, great week for gaming for me. I actually restarted a game that was underrated. What is it called again? God dog it. Yeah. Recall. There you go.
you went and played Recall again? Nice.
Yo, Recall is hard.
It is.
I thought it was like, when you first started playing it first, I was mad because it didn't have all the HDR and the bells and whistles. So I was upset for a minute. But when it got the patch, I didn't jump back into it. I jumped back into it, and that game is pretty damn good, and it looks fantastic. The lighting in that beats a lot of games in HDR lighting. It's pretty nice to be I think a AA. It's solid. It's solid, man. And can't wait to jump into these topics. It's gonna get
into these
heat.
toxins. Oh,
I had to, thinking about certain individuals, and I have to stay focused.
Yeah. You're thinking of that toxic.
Stay focused.
Yeah. Now stay focused. Stay focused. Keep
Facts. Let's stay focused. I can't wait to get to these topics.
Right. No doubt. All right. And then last but not least, we have the Dolphin King himself, aka our Donald Trump. His mic is off, but but it's back on. So okay, he was over there probably doing something, probably taking care of little Ivanka. Or he's probably over here wanting to do something with the DOJ and go after his enemies. What's going on with you, Livewire? What's happening?
Nothing much. I've been sitting around just pondering life in general. Just thinking like, damn, motherfuckers that got a lot of time on their hand. But, it is what it is. But anyway, impeach me if you will.
You're acquitted. You got the impeachment on you, but you're acquitted. So that means you
know what? I don't like that stain.
Right. But you bring it back. At least you brought back finance Hope Hicks though. I'll give you that. I will give you that. You get a thumbs up on that one from me. Other than that, anything else, I'll see you in 2020, sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh man. All right. Cool. Eric, we ain't doing that. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We ain't doing that. We ain't seen that craziness in so long. Come on, bro. Come on. Anyway. All right. So. Yeah, let's get on to it. Matter of fact, let's talk straight up about Bleeding Edge first. I mean, it was a game that just was able to be played in the beta today. And so, it's not really the first time it might be the first time for Livewire. I don't know about, it can't be for Op or for Bloody and for Lemon. But I'm going to go straight to Livewire first about this because I think you were the first one. This was the first time playing Bleeding Edge for the little bit that you did. And give me your impressions on it. Give me the good, the bad, the ugly, the fantastic. Give it to me all in a nutshell of what you experienced so far. And will you jump in and play it later on tonight or sometime this weekend?
Well, this isn't my first time playing it. I played. I think at the most I played like 30 minutes. Like during that whole time, because it would be like, oh, you play Bleeding Edge for an hour on this day. I'm like, just smack that right in the middle of my work day. Like, I mean, I know I work from home, but I can't just be playing video games. I got stuff to do, So, but I played the trainings because you always do that stuff. But actually playing the match, it's cool. Once you figure out what you're supposed to be doing, that's the thing. Like a lot of times you get on team. I mean, I guess that's in general because you get these missions where it's like, oh, you got to go capture this area. You got teammates that are running around killing each other. I mean, the other guys. And I'm like, dude, we got to go capture stuff. Like, what are you doing? Oh, my bad. Like, stop chasing these other guys. But like, once your team is on the same page, like the strategy is crazy. I mean, it plays like a multiplayer game. It's cool though. It's the way it's just everything is obviously it's melee, so it's more up close and personal. You're not getting like sniped from across the board. So like if somebody's attacking you, you can see them. There's no like you getting hit by somebody you couldn't even see it coming. Like that's not happening. Yeah, but it's cool, man. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
You enjoying it? All right, cool. No doubt about it. All right, so let me go on to Bloody about this because I know that Bloody was giving his opinion about it, and it wasn't very flattering. So I want to get the good, the bad, and the ugly from you as well. What is the things that you think that they could fix? Because it's still in beta, they got time. And what do you think that is maybe some of the things that can't be fixed that you just can't stand? What is and what is it about the game that does spark your interest and something that you enjoy from it, and maybe might want to keep playing it here going in the future?
So the best thing about it is that
you sound way far away.
I don't know why. I'm literally
in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you in Japan. Gotcha. All right, go ahead. My bad.
I had to do that instant teleportation. I had to pull that Goku. I had to get out there.
I got you.
Yeah. No, but the game is fun. Like the good thing about it is that it really is a team-based game. When you and your team has that really great cohesion, it feels good with the way that everyone working together can really pull off some crazy things. Y'all can really hold it down. Y'all can really wreck the other team and really do some crazy combos depending on what characters or who's using who and things like that. So the team cohesion is really the focus and center point of that game to the absolute core. And when it works really well. Now, the characters are entertaining. They're all very different. Each one has their own unique abilities, and the way that you can kind of diversify those depending on the mods that you can actually unlock to change them up over time. And the fact that you have two different ultimates is very nice because it changes and helps to kind of solidify the way that you want to play that character and what you want to focus on. That's always something nice to have. So that's really some of the better parts about it. Right now, my biggest complaints with the fact that while it's still in beta is the fact of the combat is one of the focal points and also one of the hardest points to really probably one of the biggest negatives right now because of the fact that it's supposed to be a hack and slash kind of beat 'em up, team based brawler, right? Well, the fact is that all the melee is on just the X button, which is fine, right? But the fact is that it has an auto lock on that's built in, so you're not really meleeing or focusing your attacks where you really want them. And with the way that the lock on works being on the left trigger, well, it locks on to the enemy, the camera doesn't snap. The camera is completely unresponsive to where you're trying to look or where you're trying to go. And because of that, it tends to throw off a lot of your focus. And when the fact is that you're focusing on characters that are going to be evading and moving, it makes it real hard to keep track of them within your own camera. So especially when you're deep in a fight between someone and you're playing against someone like Demon, who is a very mobile character, right? If he dodges one way and the camera doesn't stay locked to him, you have to turn the camera, but when they dodge back around, it makes it hard to keep tracking onto him. Even with the auto lock on thing on them, it doesn't stay fixed, so it's hard to keep track of where they are because it's only going to track where their body is. It's not going to make your attacks auto go to them or even really be able to tell the distance. So they could be further away than you can really tell because of the fact that the lock on is off the camera. So because of that, it makes it hard to really focus. And with the way that the lock on works as well, especially with the auto lock on, depending on where your camera is looking, even if there's a person standing 2 inches in front of you that's attacking you and you want to try to focus on them, if the camera is slightly to the right and there's a character further away, your auto lock on is going to snap to that person, not the person in front of you. So it tends to throw off where you're trying to attack and can really mess up where you're trying to defend yourself. And that tends to be one of my biggest issues, is that there were certain fights that I should have had absolutely locked down in a one-on-one, but just because a second character came in to help his teammate and was slightly off to the right, my camera and lock on wanted to snap to them instead of the person right in front of me. So it tended to start making my character drift off towards that person further away instead of the person who's right on top.
Did you know you could switch characters when you lock on?
Yeah, you can
you
hit
have
the
to
right.
click in on the right stick. But again, with the
No,
way
you
that
don't.
yes,
Press
you do.
the RB button.
Yeah, press the
No.
RB button, or you could just
The RB button.
No,
click
because
the
the RB button is your
RB button's
ability.
your ultimate. No, that's just one of your
Yes,
abilities.
exactly.
L-
It's your
L-
ultimate.
LB is your ultimate. LB
Yeah,
is your
RB is
But
one of your
RB is
abilities that you have.
RB is another
it's
ability.
an ability, but you click
RB,
it.
Y, and B
I get that,
is
but
your
you
ability.
click on your
You have to click in the right stick to switch
right,
on your
or
lock
you
on.
can
If
hit,
you're
Right,
holding the
or,
left,
or
Right,
you
he's
can
right.
hit
if you're
the
holding the left trigger,
or you can hit the left trigger,
You
and
hold
you can
it.
lock on that way.
Right.
yes, but you have to hold it unless you switch it to toggle. But then that also adds to the fact of that you still have to adjust and have to be moving the camera to change to who you are. And that's what I'm saying, is that the way that the camera is responsive, it is not the best way.
Okay.
So because of that, that tends to throw off the combat, and it can make it feel unresponsive in certain manners depending on where you're trying to focus your fights. And that's what can really harm with the fact that this is supposed to be a very obvious melee brawler arena kind of multiplayer. There has to be that kind of responsiveness, especially from the camera, with the fact of how much is going on in that game. So that was one of my biggest complaints with it. I was like, and sometimes it feels that when you're trying to use the dodge, that sometimes it's very responsive, especially when you have stamina, and there's other times, even when you have full stamina, that the right trigger doesn't really want to use that dodge, especially when you're being attacked and you're trying to get away. And I also noticed that with a lot of the ranger characters, they really can't get away from any melee characters, even with dodging, because of the fact that a lot of the melee characters have a built-in lunge. So it really doesn't matter that they can dodge to get away, because most of those melee characters either have the built-in lunge or they'll just dodge to reconnect to you, and most of them have more stamina than most distance characters. So that's just some of my thoughts on it. Like, the game has a lot of potential, but there's definitely some things that need to be adjusted, mainly with the combat, that can help make it much better.
Okay. What about you? I see 100 just popped in here, but what about you? Op, give me your good and the bad and the beautiful and the ugly of what you think about the game so far.
As far as the bad, Bloody really has a spot on. Like, I really do agree with all his critique, because I really faced those same issues as well. Add on more to it as well. I didn't notice during my play sessions, for some reason, on certain characters, like, there'll be like no responsiveness at all to my input commands as well. Like, I'll try to talk to my thumbstick to move around. It'll be incredibly late, or nothing will happen. After a while, it would normalize, get back to where it should be. I didn't have that same issue. I'm not sure if it's my controller that's been active as well, or my internet connection on a game at that point.
Kula was the one I found
that's what I had.
Unresponsive.
Wait, say again, buddy?
I said Kulev was the one I found to be the most unresponsive.
Okay, for me it was Zero.
Oh, Zero? Zero, I didn't have too many issues, but for me it was Kulev.
Okay. It depends on the character we play, but that's the issues I ran into as well. As far as camera, spot on with that as well. It has to be snapped. When you're locked to a character, it has to snap onto that character as well. You should prioritize whoever's close to you, not who's in the view at that point. Because if you prioritize who's in your view, you can really snap on any other characters behind the character you're focused on at that point. I think you really should prioritize on the proximity to your character than who's actually in your view. I think that'll be a good adjustment to the camera snapping as well. As far as other critiques, I would like to be a little bit faster, but I understand why it's not as fast as people want it to be at this point. They want to distinguish it from Overwatch. Overwatch can be really squirrely and really pushy like that as well. You do understand why it's slowed down a little bit. But as far as good, like everything else I do like about the game. I mean, this is not a good or bad. There's no microtransactions in the game. Those in games don't bother me at all. I'm one of those people who get upset, get like disgusted at the thought or the sight of microtransactions in a game because it don't bother me at all. For a lot of people, that's good for them. The characters, they're all very diverse, and none of them feel the same nor play the same as well. I do love that as well, because you have that in some of these type of games like this, where a focus are the heroes or the interiors, wherever in the game, in their synergy. You run into that problem a lot, where some of them start like mixing and mashing together as well. Another pro about it is like, I do enjoy the gameplay. Do have some issues with it as well, but I do feel like it's very fun, very addictive. Like, once you get your combos together and you actually figure out how to use certain characters, it really starts to flow together as well. Especially when you have a good team with you. We have good team synergy at that point. Like, once you have all those different elements working together, at that point, that's when the game starts to really flowing for you. But as far as I guess goods, that obviously that's it, and bads as well. Overall, like, for a beta, it's been pretty solid. It has some issues that got to work out, but I'm really hopeful for this game.
Okay. All right. Let me go to 108 and then see if 100 want to say anything about Bleeding Edge so far, because I know he played it, but I don't know if he's played it here recently. So what about you, 108? I don't know how long that you got a chance to run with it. I don't know if it was just those 2 to 3 matches that we played, or if you ran a little bit more. But what is your good and bad of it so far from what you played?
Well, a lot of the alpha that we was in since E3, I played. And like Live said, with those certain days with an hour play, I played most of them. I only agree with Bloody on one thing. The camera needs work when you get up close in the battle. But other than that, I ain't had a problem with switching, dashing, getting away. And I use the guy with the guitar. So, but the camera, when you get up close in battle, it'll lock onto you instead of the area you're fighting. But you know, that's like most third person shooting or action games. They all have that problem when you get next to a building, a staircase or something. So that has to be worked out in a lot of games. But I agree with that. But otherwise, I ain't had no problems with it. I had a blast. The only thing I had a problem with is just the learning curve. It's not a learning curve, but like any other game, when you get in there, you don't know what to do. Like when we played the mode where we had to bust the containers and drop them off. Technically, the place to drop them off was on the damn map. But we too busy in action. Nobody ain't really focused on the mini map.
Right.
Because they was there.
Mode.
Yeah, they was there. And I kept saying, damn, where do I go? But if I just would have looked at the damn map, I'd have been all right. But I enjoyed the game. I've been playing it from day one. I can't wait for official release. But, you know, it's a multiplayer game that no game comes out in multiplayer is perfect. Some games just don't work for hours. Sorry, Bloody. I couldn't pass that up. I couldn't pass that up. But yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
Oh no. So we're talking about PSO. People suck out here. Nah, but it's like
that Call of Duty.
They need the
Modern Warfare.
He said warfare.
The tension. You can't say nothing about Fantasy
yeah, his panties getting a ripple. Sorry,
at least I'm wearing panties unlike you.
Okay, hey, Thomas Franks.
This whole ass walking around with nothing on.
Thomas Franks. Appreciate it,
stripping if you ain't got nothing on.
The GRG family said, GRG, my brothers, what's up? Good to hear the crew. What's up with you, fam? What's going on with you? Thank you for being here, man. So, all right, go ahead and finish up.
But they really got to rework the camera, but it ain't the first game we see third-person action game where that's had to be reworked. Mario 64 had a horrible camera. So it's been happening since back in the day. So
okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you guys could check this out, like what I'm looking at right here, I don't recall seeing this part in Final Fantasy VII where Cloud had to dress up like a female. I think maybe he did. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, in fact, I think I might have seen it. But it's been so long since I played Final Fantasy VII. But
it's been so long.
It looks so
plus
crazy. It looks so wild in that trailer. I was like, what? I don't remember this, but it could have. I don't know. People in the chat, please let me know if you remember that part in Final Fantasy. Because I kind of think I do remember it being in there, but it just looks so crazy within this trailer that they showed. I was like, oh, shit. I'm sorry, Lemon. Go ahead.
Back to the public program.
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm done.
All right,
they just need to work on the camera.
All right, cool. So 100, you ready? Give him a second.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here, man. Yeah, Lakers rule, Laker Nation. Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Y'all ain't stuff, man. I'm trying to be PG-13.
Okay, all right. Well,
I apologize for being late. I took a nap.
Okay, that's cool. I thought you was done. I thought you was going to give me your, you know what I'm saying? When I hit you up, I was going to say, man, what happened to you? Oh, I was tired, man. I thought I was going to get that tonight, but I'm glad.
Oh, no.
You got plenty of sleep.
I took a nap. So it was boring. It was cold. When it's cold, I go to sleep. So it's cold out here in the evening. Okay. But, no, y'all hit great points. We don't need to keep on going on. We go to the next shit. I hit great points. I played so much of Bleeding Edge, I'm burned out of Bleeding Edge. I've been playing it from day one. You know, we got codes and stuff. I've been playing it from day one. I'm just kind of burnt out of it. I kind of want a fresh look. That's why I don't want to play the beta, because I just want a fresh think of mine when I do get to play it again. Because I didn't play so much. I didn't play the alpha, the omega, the beginning to the end. You know what I'm saying? God didn't put a stamp on Bleeding Edge. It's a good game. It's not for everyone. People's going to smash it. They're going to talk about it. But let's get the full game out. Bloody had great points. 108 had great points. Op had great points. You had great points. So let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, you know.
Super chat.
All right, get the super chat. Mir XT8, he says, great show. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. He says, I got to try some Bleeding Edge later. Yeah, I mean, it's here for the weekend, so might as well give it a try for yourself, and you be the judge. For me, I don't have as many I don't have as many critiques as Bloody does, Bloody or Op does, but I mean there's always room for improvement. The camera situation, I don't know. I played so many games with bad cameras that I don't even trip on it. The one thing about though, where I have to disagree with Bloody on is the auto attack because they already got an auto attack on you, and just like what Bloody was saying, like if you're a ranged character. You know what I'm saying, and they lunge at you, if they still have a lock on you when the camera goes around and it still follows you, then your ass is grass, and that takes away from the immersion of you even getting a chance to escape. Just like, for instance, like if you're a ranged character, let's say that I forget the girl's name that has the minigun, like all those ranged characters, they have to be a certain length, length away, because I had to learn that the hard way because I like to go in and fight myself, just get into the fray. But when you're playing with those ranged characters, you have to be so far, just enough so you can attack them to peck them while other people are doing their harder attacks. Then you can hit them with like Kablooey blasts because they got like some really powerful super move. So to me, it's like learning the distance. And because each character is so unique and it's different, that's why I didn't when I was playing when we was playing it at E3, I was kind of primarily playing like 2 characters. That's it. And then when the alpha came, I only played like 1 or 2 characters, and that was it. So this time I wanted to play with different characters, and then for this whole time that it's going to be there, I'm going to play with every character to get my feel. And there was times that I came in, got too close, and like Bloody said, like, hey, if like let's say that samurai gets or that guy with the guitar gets a hold of you, you're in trouble, right? That's, you know what I'm saying. But if you can keep a proper distance and then like use your special weapon, like with the chick with the minigun, like when that camera flips out and like they're coming at you to lunge you, you can use this special ability to where she could jump on this trampoline and jump completely way away from the grass, and then that person loses you. That's the reason why I'm glad for the camera, because if there was a lock on and the camera locks on you too, then that person is still going to get fucked because they're still going to be in pursuit. By that time, there's already other people jumping on that character unless you're solo. So
for the record, excuse me, KMEGA, for the record, the lock on has a distance.
Yeah.
It's not lock on across the map. It's lock on within a certain range.
Right.
Even with the weapons that they throw across the map, it'll tell you when you use it out of range. You could throw it, but it ain't gonna hit them.
Gooby dooby doo.
So it's more about a range thing, and every character is different. It's like Overwatch, and that's basically it. Because when Overwatch came out, everybody was complaining too.
Right. Yeah,
and over 20 million people later, complaints went no.
And this is the thing also, like, I mean, and everything else that Bloody said, I can agree with. There were some times where you felt that, like, your character could get away. Now, I don't know if that's on purpose, because as a ranged character, you have so much, you know, they might want to kind of make that to where it's a equal type of thing. But I can tell you this, like, if you're going against the Mexican guy with the cowboy hat, you hand-to-hand combat, your ass is grass.
That meant some truth right there.
He's OP.
Yeah, I picked him one time, and I said, yo, he's serious.
Yeah, in the alpha, it was the old lady, because she was OP, because she could throw, you know, this, and then when she hit you with the bomb, she could, like, wipe out everything. So they toned her down tremendously. The lady, also the other character, they toned her down. So they got to figure out, and I'm sure that they're going to get a lot of input. I've gave a little input. I want to kind of go through every character and then give a bigger input to those guys. But I mean, for a love project that they wanted to do that probably didn't think that was going to see the light of day, and it's not that many developers that's working on this game. I'm not looking for the game to be a 100 Metacritic score. I look at the game to be a solid game. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to have an audience, and I think it's going to be just like I said about Sea of Thieves. I think it's got a place just like what Sea of Thieves was, or it has been, where it's just a streaming sensation, because it's one of those games that's very team based.
Metacritic scores. Bull.
Well, I mean, there's people. I mean, people still like to talk about it. I know. Bull. I don't care about that. I'm just saying. I mean, it's still one of those things. Yeah, but
we mentioned it, and we mentioned it, but we mentioned it because we actually building them up. Metacritic is dog mess. I'm trying. You know what? Fuck that shit. That dog shit.
What does that have to do with anything that we was just talking about?
Listen. No. We're not doing that. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Metacritic. We don't need to mention Metacritic.
All right.
My bad. No, my bad. I didn't mean to mention
garlic
Metacritic.
to vampire with him.
Okay,
Jesus.
so the thing of it is, regardless, forget about that. The thing I'm just saying is that regardless, this is the one thing about this game that I like, that as a game, that's a person that's been gaming for so long, is that it is unique. It's different. It's not like everything else that's out there. That's what I enjoy about it's got its own little place where it's at. And it's not going to be for everybody. And let's just get this clear before we move on to the next topic, is this. Not everybody likes everything out there. There's some people that try to make this assumption to make you think that because those 6 or 7 games that some of these stands constantly talk about over and over again, look, there's tens of millions of people that avoided those games. There's people that didn't play The Witcher. There's people that didn't play Final Fantasy. There's people that didn't play Halo 5. There's people that didn't play PUBG, COD. There's people out there, Tekken. They didn't play. You're always going to run to certain gamers that hasn't played that type of game. So for people to try to dog out Bleeding Edge or for any other game like that, I think that's ridiculous, because for the people who do enjoy it and just want to play the game and enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? Why try to rain on their parade when nobody rains on your parade for the games that you enjoy? That's all I got to say on that. So anyway, let's get to the next topic, and that's talk about Xcloud right fast. The Samsung and Microsoft did a partnership. They at the Samsung event where they were showing off their phones, they got there's flip everything coming. There's like a flip phones used to be in back in the days. Now everything is kind of flip this, flip that. It's crazy what's going on. But anyway, the Galaxy, what is it, the Galaxy 20 or something like that it's called? I don't know. I don't have a Galaxy, but the new phones, 5G is coming. And everything else. And so they showed that they had a partnership with Microsoft with the Xcloud. And also Xcloud Microsoft gave some news about Xcloud finally being able to go over to iOS. So I'm going to go straight to you with this one, Lemon. What is your thoughts about the whole partnership? Is this huge? Is this not too big of a story? As some people I was saying that this wasn't really news, believe it or not, or is this really a big deal? And what do you think about the iOS gamers out there that's getting a chance to get their hands on Xcloud? What do you think about all this?
Well, honestly, the way that I think about it is that
I said Lemon, but
I thought you said Bloody, because
no, I said Lemon, but he didn't say nothing. But you go ahead, Bloody, go ahead.
He couldn't wait.
He couldn't wait. Go ahead, Bloody. Go ahead.
No, honestly, this is a good thing, because we've known about the partnership with Samsung and Microsoft and Xbox, and how deep that's been going for the past couple of years. Between the fact that when they were showcasing the One X and everything, they would do it specifically in their partnership with Samsung, making sure that it was on display at every major retailer, specifically on Samsung devices, and just the fact of how growing that a lot of the Samsung TVs have that direct connection to support and do certain have certain features that work directly with the Xbox and things like that. So the fact is that we're just seeing more and more deeper integration, and that when they first announced the Xcloud beta, is that they were using it mainly on Android devices, but they were supporting a lot more of the Samsung devices
on these phones. So, all them phones are capable. Every last one of them series is more than enough capable to stream, and I'm playing on the S8 Plus now, and Xcloud is amazing, and I will be getting that S20 Ultra as soon as it drops. Facts. Give us some live video of that, most definitely.
Okay. All right.
And with iOS, they already promised last E3 when they showed Xcloud that iOS devices is in the works, and they had no projected date. And now, a little bit over 6 months, here we are. They got a small beta out, And I wanted to know who in here have iOS devices. I don't know anybody in here if they have an iOS device. What about you, Op? You got an Android or iOS?
I have Android.
Oh, damn. So there's nobody in here with a...
Yeah, I don't know. People in the chat, please let me know.
If you in the beta, let us know.
If you in the beta, let us know.
iPhone. No.
Yeah, well, now I've seen plenty of people give their opinions on social media about it. Definitely, most of them have been highly positive. So it looks like it's working fine there. And even though you know that there's all types of restrictions and things like that going on with iOS, I mean, but the products that they have, they're pretty solid. So
Right.
so I mean, I would expect it to really, to be honest, you would think that it would run better on an iOS device than it would on Android, and you see how good it runs on the Android. So
why would you say that?
well,
No, but that wouldn't be true because of the closed environment that iOS has, and what Apple won't allow in terms of developers and all this not to do. Android is open source.
Well, I understand that,
and it's
there's more
easy
people
to
that
do
has
open source.
Android than they do iOS. But
no, I ain't even talking about the quality. I'm just talking about the capabilities because they don't have the restriction of iOS. You know, Apple monitors everything. We don't want this. We don't want that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And
right.
That's why it would be a more constraint on what Xcloud is providing compared to Android because Google don't care. They're not gonna give you no restraints. So it's like, make it work. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want to do. So that's why Apple would be a little bit more difficult because of their controlled environment.
Well, I'm not saying in the sense of the difficulty in just because of the environment of Apple. Apple finds other ways to do all types of weird stuff. That's why I don't mess with Apple phones or anything like that. But I'm saying, their service has always been top notch. That's what I'm saying.
That shit just like PlayStation. That shit is simple.
We have
here we go. Now that's one thing. That we're okay. So, honey, this is what we're gonna do, right? You don't want me to mention you don't want me to mention Metacritic,
Apple, or Metacritic.
You don't want me to mention Metacritic. Then do not come out and compare shit to PlayStation. Let's not do that tonight. Let's not do that tonight.
America, Jack, my president used to be black and my Lambo was red. Let's go.
Okay, all right, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of that,
save some of that drink for California. I want some of whatever you got tonight.
Whatever you drinking tonight, I want it. Damn it, I want some of that because you are ready, man. Slick Slayer in the chat. He said, 108 Dragon speaks facts. Samsung has been kicking ass for so long. Apple had to sue them because they were scared of Samsung. No, they did have to sue them. They did have to sue them. They said that Samsung stole something from them or whatever. But did Apple win? I believe.
No, this how it went.
I know that it was a long-going thing, but I didn't know.
In every country except the United States. And when the United States gave them the win, because it's an American company, American soil.
Right.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
When they said, "Oh, y'all gonna have to pay Samsung this, that, and the third," Samsung said, "We ain't making no more of your screens." My bad.
I knew that there was some kind of angle with it.
And they retracted that. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Okay. I knew
Don't play with the people that make your hardware.
So, regardless of that. But yeah, no, I don't know, but go ahead, continue. I just was looking at it. I just thought, I really respect Apple phones. Because of their restrictions and their crazy policies.
I do too.
That's why I just don't mess with Apple products. But
they just want you to buy an expensive product and put handcuffs on you at the same time. They make great products.
Y'all over there buying new OSs for the old OSs. They add stuff all the time. Apple ain't. Apple came out. Yeah, I give Apple. Apple came out with the music, the phone, stuff built in. I give all that. But other than that,
yeah, I still use iTunes.
You're getting the same phone, but you pay. Think about, guess what? You pay more.
Only
for
thing they
Apple
change
phone
on their phone is the camera.
Yeah, you pay more for
exactly
Apple
the
phone
same
because you pay for the
7-8
OS.
years
If
ago.
you even buy an Apple product, you pay for iOS. If it's iOS in a cell phone, if it's iOS in a laptop, if it's iOS in the desktop, you pay for the operating system. That's why it's higher. So then when you get Android is free. You cannot sell Android by itself.
Nope.
So you have more people make phones. It's just like, check out. Like I say, come on, let's preach about it. Come on, big man. You got a OnePlus phone. Don't you love that shit?
No,
Oh,
I
me?
don't have a OnePlus.
No,
phone.
he's talking to me. He's talking to me. Yeah, I got the McLaren. Yeah, the phone is amazing.
Don't you
yeah,
love that? Don't it
5G.
run like it? Don't how fat and how much you have to pay for it? You'll pay more for an Apple phone than you pay for that OnePlus
Right,
phone.
yeah, I
that you
paid.
got, right?
Yeah, compared to because this was the top. This is the top of the one of the top of the line phones. It's in the
And
top
everybody
500,
5.
right?
Yeah. It's in the top. It's in the top
Mhm.
5 of the listed of the best phones that's available. And it was and at the T-Mobile store that I got, this was the second best phone next to the Note. And I was going to get the Note because that's the phone that I enjoy the most. But this was $450 less. I was like,
Right,
well, shit,
right.
I'm going to get this phone, and I love it. I love this OnePlus. I'm not even going to lie to you. The McLaren, check it out.
A great
it's
phone.
dope.
It's a great phone.
It just
Look
came
at
out
the
when I got it.
camera, the video. You can video. You
Just a
don't even
month
need to bring
before.
your what's
A
called
couple
the
weeks.
E3 this year.
hmm
You don't even need to bring your Gold Cam because what? You can just
Oh
go
no,
straight
yeah, the
up
camera on this phone is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, my old lady is
But
jealous
thing
of it. Every
about it,
time
no one talks about that.
every time I say something about my phone, she looks at it with a snarl.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I say,
so
my old lady got thing about it, my
To the
old lady got
small.
what you call it. It's Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies out there, you know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt, no doubt.
But my old lady got an iPhone, but she got an iPhone because everybody just like iPhone. And she said, my phone was
My
like,
daughter got one,
she said,
but
what
it's
the heck?
because her friends, it's like a
Yeah,
fad,
because
but
what they friends,
it ain't
but I'm
because
like,
of the quality.
You paid more for your phone than I paid for my phone. My phone does just almost 2 times better than your
There's
phone.
a couple of guys in here, man. Rain G Ford, Chris Hart, man. They saying, hey, man, iPhone for life, man. They're the best products of all time. But hold on.
Oh, wait a minute, but you can't take the credibility of Christopher Fart because that's the same dude co-signed VR and got all free games.
Okay, but what about Okay, but hold on. Come on. But G4, man, he's about the iOS. Hey, what's going on with you, Lady Infamous? You better have your face to play Sunday night for Sunday Night Fight Nights. I want some of that revenge.
Yeah, and then hang on, she had the heart to put the thing that she beat me on the interweb.
Oh yeah.
And she put it on the interweb.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. She posted the video of when she beat me. She got that one little lonely win on me.
That's why y'all got to abuse her.
Yeah.
Shout out
Oh
to
no.
my sister.
I'm about to put hands on her. So watch. If she don't show up, I'm gonna put that
work
on.
one day. I'm gonna catch a case. I ain't gotta go to bed.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna demand that at least I get a spot on GWG so I could just say just one thing. Lady Infamous punked out on me because she was supposed to come to fight nights and get this work, get these hands.
Yeah, she gonna
get the receipt. You gotta get that receipt.
She gonna get some shake. I get up Monday morning and she sit there and they sitting there, I'm getting clowned. Like, what the hell? How's this? Yeah, it's on. You want that smoke? I'm gonna give you that tear gas. You gonna
don't start no GWG versus GRG gameplay night.
Let's do it.
Don't do that.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I ain't no woman beater, but I could turn into a virtual woman beater.
Oh, let's go. Anyway, so let's get back on focus.
Oh no, he made a domestic violence joke.
I know. It's over. Sorry. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I said VR.
Yes.
VR.
Anyway, so
virtual behind whippings. I give them out all day.
So, but let's get back to this point though.
Yeah, go ahead.
How significant is this for Xcloud? For Microsoft and for Xcloud? Is this just the winning ticket? The winning ticket right here. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Nobody gets left behind. Nobody.
All right. Cool.
Nobody.
That what Phil said. I ain't leaving nobody behind.
Yeah,
Facts.
That's what Phil said.
Not leaving
7 billion devices.
And I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing about it is you're putting Xbox on how many up teaming devices. What's wrong with that?
But
nothing. Actually, you're talking about billions. Actually, because I mean, you
can I say
about
something for the record? We're gonna quote the mighty Sony, who took a page out of the Microsoft Bible.
Yes.
You can't count our install base, but you have to count the active players.
Okay, all right.
Where did that come from?
Well, that's a topic. That's a topic that we got for tonight.
My bad.
So yeah, no, that's a good segue because that'll be the
head like always.
Yeah. That's a good thing. But we'll go ahead and we'll take care of it. But
come here.
Let me go to Livewire and get his thoughts on this. What is your thoughts about it, Livewire? Ben, are you how big a move is this for this partnership with Samsung and Microsoft over Xcloud, and for Xcloud being on iOS? He didn't even have his mic muted this time.
All right, good talk.
Yeah, great talk. What about you?
For me, this is really actually terrible news. Like, insider on Restart Area, his name Eastern Blue Forever until 5. He's the man who predicted the L that Microsoft's going to take this generation. He said apparently this is Microsoft's exit strategy, got a console business, and going entirely streaming for the most part. Also, on top of that, he's also leaked that Microsoft is planning to sell back the studios they actually previously acquired after all their first new games that come out. Well, so this is looking real bleak right now, man. I don't know what to say at this point. Like, bro, after Bleeding Edge, like, they go back out there being after this shit, bro. It's gonna be scary out here, man. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Like, jobs gonna be on the line after that shit, bro. Like, all division's gonna be shut down. Like, they're gonna be back out of this completely after Xcloud takes off now. Samsung, it's just, bro. I don't know what to do, bro.
You been drinking?
He said, "You been drinking up?"
Bro, I've been drinking that truth. I know what you're talking about, man. These Restart Area insiders, man. They've been on this.
What they ain't no man. And you know what? Megan, you should have had this as the thing. You should start that off with that. I know I was asleep and all that. What's up with all these damn insiders, man? Everybody got an insider. They going on like the motherfucker.
Man, it is.
And let me say something for the record. I don't never bought vodka. My dog going crazy, and I'm respecting the party chat, and I muted my mic. See?
Man, you'll put that mutt down, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, all right. So, Livewire, he muted his mic. So, all right. Let's get on to the next topic then. And that's going straight to talking about what Sony came out and said, which was pretty funny because it kind of just contradicts the fanboys yet again. And it you know what I'm saying? I mean, they have been catching a lot of L's.
Smoke.
They have been catching a lot of L's. But anyway, so here we go. The CEO of Sony says PlayStation platform should be judging by user count, not hardware sales, while discussing while discussing pricing struggles for the PS5. Now, that's the headline for that. But basically, what he's talking about is exactly what Phil Spencer was talking about a couple of years ago when they made that move to not talk about sales, hardware sales so much, and then start talking about active users. Well, PlayStation started following suit about almost 2 years ago, and nobody didn't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't really say anything about it. We've talked about it, but slowly but surely, people was just basically just kind of overlooking that, just saying, they're not going to change. They're not going to switch. They're going to keep the boot onto the throat of Microsoft and everybody else in the industry because they are the market leader. But yet again, here comes Microsoft. What the hell is going on? And here comes Microsoft doing something first, and then here comes PlayStation doing something right afterwards. So, Livewire, are you there now? I know you're there, but I don't know if you hear me yet.
He's scratching the mic with his feet.
Yeah. Well, no, that's them barrettes. Those dog barrettes he got. They just flopping around. Livewire, you there? Ladies and gentlemen, the bruh man of GRG podcast, a.k.a. the Dolphin King, a.k.a. our Donald Trump. He just talks when he wants to. He tweets when he wants to. I'll just come in here, man, get a sandwich.
You don't understand. The DOJ right now, man. They're trying to come at him. So he has to fight them off.
Yeah, okay, that's all good. All right, so let me go to Op on this one then. What is your thoughts about this? I mean, the Sony, the CEO has kind of made it clear that Sony's been making these indications here, for the fans to kind of understand the direction that they're going. But it seems like some of these people still aren't getting it. So, what is your thoughts on the CEO saying this stuff?
Like, they alluded to this, a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
I'm sure he said it's verbatim. He says verbatim, but he did mention how they're shifting towards active users.
Okay.
Instead of hardware sales and units sales at that point. So, really, at this point, like, for a fan base, the toxic, relentless fan base who hold on to every word they say, build narratives around this. Like, you have to be straight idiots at this point. You really have to be idiots at this point to expect Sony to go back to where they used to be. Or on top of that, for them, I don't know, but it's so hard. It's crazy to describe at this point. Like, there's no escaping this L at this point. Like, you can agree with them. No, for the past narratives that you built up, double down on your own hypocrisy at that point. You can disagree with them and still face the same consequence at that point, because you're going against people who you've been propping up for this entire generation. You're gonna believe them or you're not gonna believe them at this point. So it's just like stupid, man. Like, it's really just been a trend for the past year or so. Like, so you're slowly just backing away from how they used to do things, transitioning more to like quote unquote modern business perspective or modern business motive. They're going from now on. So really, if they want to be mad at anybody, they can be mad at Jim Ryan at this point, because he's doing a complete turnaround at Sony right now. It's honestly for the better. Like, people are so stupid to get out these ridiculous narratives in this console war they've been fighting for so many years. And then we realize that Jim Ryan's actually more likely going to, I guess, be quote unquote the savior of Sony and save them from stagnation at this point. Because yes, old business model hasn't worked for them for the past couple of generations, but this new generation right now, where technology is evolving faster than ever, old business model will more likely not work for them. Their fan base, their I guess elite hardcore that's most of the time on the internet and Twitter, social media, all that stuff, can really only carry them for so long. At the point, money talks, bullshit walks at this point, friend. Only got follow the money. But yeah, this is really good for Sony. This is bad for the fanboys. This is really their fault. They brought this upon themselves. This shouldn't be an issue at all. Like, this really shouldn't be a big topic, any of us, because this should have been a norm for the past couple of years, but they didn't want to listen. They want to keep doubling on their narratives, and now they got to sit with it, bro. It's just sad. But that's all I gotta say.
Okay, all right. Good deal. Livewire, you back?
Yes, I am back. I had to, my mic died, so I had to put in my headphone thing.
Oh, we thought it was your dolphin barrettes on your blonde tipped dreads. We didn't know. So.
Okay.
Oh man. Anyway, so what's up, man? What do you think about the whole this another narrative from these stands that just got destroyed? You know what I'm saying? This was already said before. You know that. We all know this. But now it's just got kind of put in big bold letters. Look, we're going another direction. What is your thoughts, bro?
I mean, but the writing was on the wall for it. I mean, it's the same thing that was said when these people were talking all that crazy stuff about digital isn't the thing, and it's not going to be the thing. It's still going to be all about physical. You see that's fastly approaching. I mean, we saw it happen with PC. Do people forget? Physical was a thing on PC, and to the point that they were just like, why the hell are we going to buy physical discs for PC? What's the point? You know, so of course it became something for console, and then the same will move on with, with like the user base. Because the thing that he was saying is, yes, they have 100 whatever PS4s, but bro, not everybody who bought a PS4 is even playing it. And shoot, let's be honest, a lot of people that bought PS4 are returned or people that bought a PS4 from before. Like, we know, I know Tex. Not everybody know Tex, but I know Tex. Got honey. How many PS4s Tex got? Like 50. Yeah, he got a house full of PS4s. Why? I don't know. I don't know why this man got that many PS4s, but he do. He's trying to build his own GameStop up in this house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but he ain't playing them. They just sitting in boxes. And I'm not saying that there's a bunch of people doing that. But what I'm saying is there's people with multiple PS4s in their house, no different than people that have multiple Xboxes in their house. It ain't no different. So therefore, if people have multiple PS4s and multiple Xboxes in their homes, gauging on how many consoles they bought is not going to tell you what they're doing on the console. So you have to go by, user activity. Otherwise, just saying that they have a console doesn't mean anything. It has no value. Like, if you buy a console and it just sits in a box, what value is it of the company? Especially when you're talking about hardware that is, made at a loss initially. So, they basically went the route that made the most sense for them, their investors, to say, look, this is what we're doing well. We see people that are interacting with this, so therefore we're going to focus on this. You know, that's how they gauge their moves. You know, I mean, I don't know why people would be so shocked by that. I mean, you got 100 and whatever PS4s out there, and only like what 15, 17 people, 17 million bought Spider-Man, and that's like their biggest IP of this generation.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So that should tell you something, and you can't be like, well, not that many people, you know, like Spider-Man. No, a lot of people like Spider-Man, but you got people that are, what they gonna buy a Spider-Man with every PS4 they got? No, they already got it. So it tells you something. Either the people, not everybody's going to buy Spider-Man, which is true. But the other thing is that you have people that have multiple PS4s that already bought the game. Now, don't get me wrong. There are crazies out there that buy 4 or 5 copies of Spider-Man because they feel like, I got to help Sony out. I got to help push this, whatever crazy fanboy logic it is to buy multiple copies of a game you already own. I don't know. But, you know, you only can play one of them. It is what it is.
Right. I totally agree. 100. What do you think?
Man, what I think. You know, if I go do the analytics and all that other stuff and I'm an investor, I would not invest in that because you're not doing, I mean, let's think about it. Let's keep it a buck. Let's think about it. God of War is a good game, right? Mm-hmm. Great game. Some people call it great and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
If you got over
game of the generation, dog. Game of the generation.
Yeah, so you got over 100. What now? What damn near 120, 110 million consoles out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is not doing 20, 30, 40? That's what I don't understand. It's like you say you got these bangers and you got this stuff. Thing about it is no one's buying their games because what they do, they doing GameFly, they doing you can't do Redbox no more. They were just Redbox of them games because they're one and dones. You know what I'm saying? They have no longevity. None of they quote unquote bangers have no. You play it once, and what you do? You put it on the shelf, right? Or unless you might go back and play it.
You can't say Redbox no more if we can't say Metacritic. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear Redbox come out your mouth again.
Well, I said GameFly. Well, GameFly then.
Okay.
You can't GameFly. Can't GameFly the game or whatever. But thing about it is, it's like where everybody always jumps on the hardware. Like, oh, this and this and that. Hardware don't sell. It's the software that sells. That's the anything. Software sells. How many people? I ain't trying to be a fanboy, but how many people still playing Gears of War, Halo, Forza? A lot of people. Matter of fact, let's keep it a buck. I'm gonna be even. How many people playing Street Fighter V right now? That's exclusive to their console.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I know that there's still people that's playing Street Fighter V. There's no doubt about it.
Playing. They playing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be unbiased.
Yeah, no. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I got you. I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you. That's the first step in rehabilitation. I like that.
Ain't no rehabilitation. I'm great. Just like my man Z. But then you come out with Dreams. Dreams ain't nothing but Project Sport. But I can't say the other word, because I got told I can't say the other word. But then it's all of a sudden that's the best thing since sliced bread. But did we have something like that already? Was it already implemented into the ecosystem?
All right,
yes,
so,
guys,
I can answer that question for you. Now this is not me just trying to be insulting. I'm not. I try to be as even keel as possible. But I just went in because that was interesting. I wanted to know for myself, 100, how many people were still playing Street Fighter V. And last 30 days, the average player count is 1,977 Limit, don't come on down, come on.
You gotta
And
throw in
hold
PC
on, wait,
too.
but see, y'all forget about the peak. We're not worried about the average. We're talking about the peak here. The peak is what matters, right?
The very peak.
The very peak. Okay, can anybody make a guess of the peak of how many people are playing within the last month Street Fighter V, the player count?
I could say
with
about
the new DLC that just dropped, Championship Edition.
Yes.
Okay.
the championship is dropping today, so I'll say about 2,500.
How many? What'd you say, Bloody?
Wait, like overall or like streaming wise?
Yeah, the peak, the highest point.
15,000.
I'll say 25.
25,000.
Yeah, I'll say 25.
Okay. What about you, Lemon? How many people?
1,500.
Okay. 3,678 is the peak in the last 30 days.
Damn, if I was on Prices Right, I'd have loved it.
All right, so hey, look.
You are not a winner.
Hey, okay, so
Time to
all right,
send that
so
I give you credit.
I think I could just say this, and you know what, KMEGA, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Leave
do
it
that.
alone.
Leave it alone. So, but for people out there that wanted to know, Street Fighter, all you got to do is type it up. Street Fighter's player count for the last 30 days is 1,977. Was 1,977 people. The peak is 3,678 people out of. Okay. Anyway, so
you trying to say people
Out of a lot?
people view GRG after GRG have viewed, it's almost matching the numbers of Street Fighter for a month? Damn!
And they got a metrosexual character that's coming out.
Oh god damn!
They got a metrosexual and ain't going out.
Oh no.
They ain't going up. Self coming out. He's a woman or a man.
Oh man!
No, don't do that. Don't
Boy,
don't
I'm
do
getting
that.
messy tonight.
Oh, don't do that.
Metrosexual. I ain't damn.
I think my boy Vodka was right. I am the virtual Ike Turner tonight.
Oh,
I like
my
that name.
God.
No more right-handed Zeus.
God. I didn't even think about that. But yes, there are certain podcasts out there that's averaging about the
More
same
views.
as a game that got
for one day,
oof.
not a month.
Well, no, just no, not a month,
Me going live by myself. I do a third of that.
Okay.
Going live by myself?
Okay. Anyway. So go ahead, finish 100. I'm sorry, but you make that point. You was being objective. What do you want, puppy? What do you want, you big dog? I think he needs to go to bed. Go ahead and finish up 100.
Yeah, but I'm like,
him up.
yeah, but it's we got to think about it. Man, it's I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Okay, all right, cool.
I loved it.
Bloody, you're up next.
About Street Fighter?
No. About the active users, the active users.
Oh, the active users.
Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
I was about to say Street Fighter can get gone. But
Oof,
no. But the active users, I mean, it's a change. You got to look at it in the fact of that nowadays it's a change in technology. It's a change in just everything, right? It's why you look at games like, unfortunately, despite how we all feel about them, right? Why mobile games and a lot of games with microtransactions are so successful is because of the fact that sometimes how the loot boxes work, how the microtransactions set up, and things like that. But the biggest thing is the fact that they're constantly putting in something that gauges people's interest and keeps them actively playing. The biggest, and this is coming from multiple CEOs and multiple companies that say the biggest point of knowing success is that it's not just about the game being good or hardware or anything like that. It's now you're trying to fight to win people's attention and time. So you need to have a game that is able to be sustained for quite some time in any sort of way, but enough to keep people's interest. That's why active user base is more of a guideline of what it means to be successful. Because even if you only sell, especially look at games, right? Even if you only sell 3 million, right? 3 million copies. And look at it specifically online games like The Division and stuff like that, right? You may have only sold 3 million copies of that. but you're able to keep putting updates out for that, and you're able to sustain those people, and they keep
And a high
buying.
rotation.
Yeah, but they keep buying into it. They keep purchasing the new updates, the expansions. They're wanting to buy stuff to help that helps them out with those games. They're sticking around for long periods of time. That's a better success because it has the longevity. Because of the fact that they're staying active in your ecosystem. Because if you look at hardware sales and look at these consoles, right? They can sell that console. But what if there's nothing on it to keep them wanting to be on it, right? You can make that one-time sale, right? You guess what? You made the 40%, right? Off that price of that console, depending on where it is in the generation, right? But there's nothing compelling content-wise to keep that person playing on that console. So they're not really going to be active on it.
Blood, you a smart motherfucker.
So they're not really doing it.
When they're not drinking.
So they're not really. So you look at it like that. They're not really doing anything. So the fact is, there has to be something that really sells and really keeps them wanting to be actively engaged in that ecosystem. That's why everyone wanted to say that Microsoft went away and stopped doing sales. Yeah, I mean, there was a change in the fact that the sales may not have been there, but they were always have been, even since last generation, talking about active users. That's one of the biggest things, besides the fact of how people are with their subscriptions and everything, with being subscribed to Xbox Live Gold and yeah, you also have the silver and stuff like that. But it's because of the fact of the success of the ecosystem that they made with Xbox. They always had high active user counts on their systems, and over time, you see that that Sony was absolutely starting to look at that as well. People want to clown everything that Phil Spencer says or their beliefs on why they do things that they do, but when you turn around and see that, it's not just him that's saying it. You see Yves Guillemot from Ubisoft saying the same thing. You see you saw Andrew House back in the day saying some of the same thing. You see the CEO of EA saying the same thing, and look at EA. They have all of their games as a service. Ubisoft has a lot of their games as a service, and especially Ubisoft because they have The Division, they have For Honor, they have Siege, they have all of those games, right? And look at how still very much their active user base is for all of those games. They're very in the belief of active users and keeping them involved in that game is more worthwhile than just the initial sale. That's what it means. And the fact is now Sony has always been kind of going behind that, but as Ott brought up, Jim Ryan is actually really looking at that, and this is even more so because this is coming from the Japanese president himself speaking on this.
Right.
So that should let people realize they know and are aware this is the true de facto way of really gauging the success of a brand and their ecosystem, because this is the truth of what's going on. This is the real way to gauge the success of their console. Not just the hardware sales, but the active community staying active within that ecosystem in every other manner. And it's very obvious that this is the way that it's going to be going forward. But the fact is that some of these more toxic fans want to spin up these narratives to try and go against the grain when they don't want to admit that everything is changing. The way that we gauge success is changing. The way that we view content is changing. The way that we're going to be able to play and access said content is changing, because they want to hold on to these old archaic points of view and say, oh, my company that I wholeheartedly believe in is not going to do that. The company that you wholeheartedly believe in is following the rest of the industry, because a lot of the industry were already in that way, and they got to stick with the pack if they want to stay relevant. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean they're not going to. So you talk about how they've been catching a lot of L's. No, it's the stupid ones who don't realize that they need that company has to keep up with the times to really stay prevalent in everything. So all these hardcore narratives that they're trying to push, no, the company is not gonna stand by that because of the fact that they know that's not the only way to do things anymore.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. That was well said. And Lemon, you're gonna have to follow that, man. What do you think? Oh,
Sorry, bloody.
disrespect.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Hey,
I
man.
hope you go get some oxygen from the liquor store.
Hey man, look, my boy made a lot of valid points.
Nah, he did.
He made a lot of valid points.
And we talked about this last week. Let me tell you something. The fanboys that try to keep up a war and talk about a narrative that don't understand business. Most people are not business minded. And if anybody know anything about business and being business minded, you are the minority. So when you hear the fanboy go out here and talk about Xbox, go out here and talk about what PlayStation is supposed to do, PlayStation is looking at it like this. And as we put up something, somebody put up something in GRG chat today, and I'm like, yeah, they getting it from all ends right now. They getting it in the camera market, they getting it in the TV market.
Oh yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about next. Is the Bloomberg stuff that's popping.
They are getting a lot of smoke from different angles as a company, and it's not just Microsoft. It has nothing to do with just gaming. So when they go out here and set up business models, when you got idiots that say State of Decay didn't sell its Game Pass, but it got 8 million active users. 8 million active users. That means they're buying a DLC, they're buying the content, they're playing the game. Same thing with Sea of Z's, as people want to call it. But they got 10 million people actively playing it. And if you playing it still in Game Pass, those are active subscribers. Active. One thing Sony this generation and last generation do not have is a online longevity presence money maker. Gran Turismo's dead. They have not made no money online, which gives most games the life and the financials to back the game. Sony don't have nothing smoking since SOCOM 2, PS2. That's ridiculous. So of course they look at Microsoft and they're going to change their business model going forward. They want active PSN, $60 purchases. They don't want, as Xbox got silver members, they want $60 a month from you. They want you buying content. And I'm pretty sure next generation, they're trying to find a Sony game that they can finance and have online longevity. Halo 5, over $2.8 billion generated this generation. And people like, that game sucks. Not the multiplayer. Because after you beat single player Call of Duty, what do people play for the next year? Multiplayer. Division. Single player, co-op, multiplayer. Division. Single player, co-op, and multiplayer. They generate all the money. Some games generate decent money with content that's single player, but online games and having that longevity is what Sony's looking at. Microsoft has never faulted in no generation with those numbers.
Okay, so now you just made me look and see how many active players just on Steam alone is playing State of Decay on PC in the last 24 hours, and it's 10,000.
Drop a gem on them.
10,000, 10,035. Yeah.
And guess what? They're about to increase that with the fact that State of Decay just announced that new Juggernaut edition to add more into Steam.
But hold on, check this out.
Just talking.
Whoa.
Okay.
The original State of Decay on Steam.
Still getting
it. Well, I mean, it's really low, but I mean, it's over like 200 people. Like, I mean, that's crazy. So, like, I mean, a game that was made on the 360 is still having a fan base of like 200, and that's only like like what 1,400 less than a game that came out this generation. That I don't know, man. That I don't know. That's
all
crazy.
I'm saying is,
that's crazy to me.
You know, when I get in,
because look at what they did with.
You sound far away, bloody.
No, sorry. I was like, think about this, right? Wait till they get to State of Decay 2 after that announcement and see how quickly those Steam numbers shoot up, because we saw how fast those Steam numbers shot up when they got their hands on that Halo Master Chief Collection when they got Reach. Fact.
But forget, I ain't even talking about Microsoft because they got that online in the bag. But like I said, when Sony sells so many consoles and you got your competition, and this is for the record, Sony usually sells close to 100 million consoles. Only one time they sold like 83. That was PlayStation 3. They usually sell 100 million consoles. So them hitting 100 million, they got 100 million fans anyway. That's a fact. It's not a feat when you keep doing the same number. But now they're looking at, they want that long money. They don't want that quick, fast, upfront, buy it for $65, dies off in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they got to drop the price to get it in people's homes. They don't care about that money. They care about that longevity, DLC, and online money. That's what Sony is missing. They've been missing that in every one of their titles. All their big hits. They don't have no longevity. In their top 10 play for the month, it's never a Sony game, only the first couple of weeks of the game releasing. After that month is over, it's back to being Madden, Call of Duty, Need for Speed, whatever it is. It's never a Sony game after a month. Only in the first few weeks. That's it, man. They want that longevity money, and they have to restructure. So you fanboys out there that talk this nonsense, most of y'all ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of.
Yeah,
so stop talking business.
Yeah,
Stop.
It's crazy.
You're keeping the narrative going that don't make no sense.
Yeah, it is crazy because State of Decay, a score, we ain't going to say, 100 left. So he probably went to the store, knowing him. He'll be back probably. And the score, a 69 rated score game, in just last year of August and September, State of Decay 2 was at, what did it say? I just read it.
Was it 5 million?
No, it was over 8. It was about 8.
I'm thinking
users.
Not
per month, but overall.
No, overall for how many players? I just saw it, but then I looked and I seen 100 was gone because I was gonna sit here. I was watching because I was like,
you better not say that word.
Yeah.
Because he gonna call you on the phone. What I tell you, man?
What I tell you, man?
Purple and gold, man.
Man, I got a red car. I got a red car. Yeah, 5 million. That's what it was. 5 million. So that's great. And even if that's going down, like I mean, you're still.
Well, a game that's a 69.
A game that is that's the whole point. Like these things don't matter. They never mattered. That's why I was like, people listen to this stuff, and I fell for it too. You know what I'm saying? Like when it first came out, when people showing Metacritic scores and all that crazy jazz, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like that's yeah, it made you put your head down for me. Like why Xbox can't get a break with some of these games? But then you start really going back to the whole thought process of why you play games, why you enjoy these games. And that's why I was just saying, bringing up the point about Bleeding Edge. Like, I don't give two shits about what the Metacritic score is. I don't care about what somebody that's sitting somewhere in the office that's over here bleeding blue or bleeding green or bleeding red.
Right.
And they want to give their games the highest marks, and they want to give other games the lowest marks for whatever reason. But the proof is in the pudding. It's right there. When you have more, Street Fighter has been a staple for fighting games for. Matter of fact,
years.
It's stayed more longer than that. Matter of fact, it saved fighting when fighting games seemed like they were being going away with the dodo at the end of last gen. And Street Fighter 4 saved that. Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom saved that. And then, and of course, Namco did their thing with Tekken, but Like, damn. And now you look at Street Fighter V, they win all this, they got all these people, and they had this horrible launch because Sony rushed them, and they can't get over 2,000 people to play that game.
It's the first game
wow.
in Street
and
Fighter history forced into
no story mode, none of that.
No, but it was forced into what's that fighting? To Evo. It was forced into
Yeah,
Evo, and it wasn't popular.
Yeah,
it was forced into Evo.
Well, yeah,
I was like, damn.
It wasn't ready. It had,
and I bought it day one.
Me too. But I bought it on
Street
PC.
Fighter don't have arcade mode.
No arcade mode, no story mode.
Make it real quick. You said Sony rushed them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony rushed them.
Isn't that fucked up how Sony could rush them and the race was all
They paid for it.
They paid for the game.
Money at that time. There was no Monster Hunter World out. There was no Resident Evil 7 out.
Yeah, Capcom. That's
Sony
what rumors
paid for
were
that
coming
game.
up. Like that's
Get
what
it
rumors
out.
that was coming. Like.
But hold on. This is the thing, though.
Yeah.
Sony rushed them.
Yeah.
It fucked over the game, and the ratio is PG and clean. Microsoft didn't rush Platinum at all. Look at how that shit ended up in the end.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's the thing here. Is like
some real shit, y'all.
It is like the hypocrisy is absolutely real. It's like, if you listen to a diehard, stand, they'll tell you, oh, look at them, they're trying to damage control. No, it just right there.
It's what happened.
If you are a Street Fighter fan,
I own it.
I bought both Street Fighters. I bought the maximum edition on the PlayStation, and I bought it on the PC first because
I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not buying that championship edition with 1,000 people playing. I'm good. I was gonna buy it until I heard that number. Oh, hell no.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the championship edition. I'm gonna support. That's just
what
me.
am I have 3 people that own that? Nah, I'm good.
Disrespectful.
That's what we call
I'm good.
Fuck no, baby.
All right, all right, but that's the point. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to this last topic.
Let's do it. We on time. Let's do it.
Well, and then we're gonna do something a little special. So people, man, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. I hope y'all stick around.
Rookie of the year? We're gonna do our fail of the week.
No. We're gonna do our fail. We're gonna do something a little bit different. I know other podcasts have done this, but because we're gonna be off for a couple of weeks, we want the chat to get involved, and so we want to hear your questions. So after we get done with this topic, then we're gonna jump on we'll kind of blend these topics together as best we can. But we do want to get questions from you guys just to kind of do it. This ain't something that we're going to do every week or whatever because, of course, there's other podcasts that do this type of thing. But we just want to kind of have fun with it. Valentine's Day, we all out here. Some of y'all some lonely motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We don't want y'all to be lonely. So we want y'all to feel part of the family. So we want to get questions from you guys. So get ready to start asking us questions.
Before you get into that, I want to say one thing.
Yes.
I want to shout out to my man So Shady. He says something that's crazy, but it's the truth. Critics are the worst. They live lives looking constantly for things to criticize. That's a miserable human being.
You're
and
absolutely
I've
right.
been saying this for a long damn time. That is a fact because they're very selective on what they decide to crap on.
Right.
It's like they get a check to crap on certain things, and then other things you think is trash. You're like, this thing is the next greatest thing compared to pudding. Yeah, he's right. I agree with you.
Yeah,
shout out to So Shady.
Yeah, no, you're right, Shady. We're right, Shady. We definitely got to get you back when we come back. But okay, so let's talk about Jeff Keighley and
oh God.
Let's talk about Jeff Keighley, and then we'll finish it off with the whole Bloomberg thing, just to get your, you know what I'm saying, and that could just be a little smaller because it basically kind of just says it for itself. It's pretty sad actually. But let's talk about Jeff Keighley, right? I made a video about it, so I'm not going to go in because I talked about it. I gave my thoughts on it. But what do you guys think? I'm going to go straight to 100 is back, like I thought. Let me go to you, Op, first. What is your thoughts about? What's the first impression that you get from Jeff Keighley making that announcement, saying that he won't be attending E3, and his reasoning behind it is because the ESA and the partners, the exhibitors, aren't coming eye to eye, and he wants everybody to come together. And because they're not coming together, he feels he needs to bow out. What's your thoughts about this, bro?
Bro, that's the most bullshit excuse I ever seen from him out in the Coliseum. Like, I get it. He hosts a Coliseum where developers come and talk about their games and whatnot. But as far as other extra shit going in the background, it has nothing to do with him. Him making a stance, which we all know is bullshit, not gonna do anything at all at this point anyway. But like the proof is in the pudding, y'all. Like I don't know about him being like upset from the VGAs at first Xbox like playing his ass, but not telling what's going on with the Series X reveal. I'm not sure if he's actually salty about that or not, but I'm pretty sure he's not. Sony's not making a present for a second year in a row. I don't know. Like, we all know he's biased as hell. He's shown it plenty of times, which is okay with that. It's not from being biased. We're all biased to something at this point. Like, what gets me is like your action to come because of your bias at this point. Like, a lot of people look forward to him hosting Coliseum to get those interviews with the developers, well, those extra interviews with the developers. That's a big platform avenue for a lot of people to get more information about the games they're interested in. For his bitch ass to back out, allegedly because Sony's not being there, bro. Like, fuck this dude, man. There's some cowardice shit right now. Like, I'm mad. I don't like the guy. Like what he did through the Coliseum at that point. Like, this is just ridiculous, man. Like, for real, like your bias is that blinds you that much, you're gonna back out because allegedly a publisher, well, allegedly his bias will make him back out. Sony's not gonna be there. Like, come on now, man. This is stupid. Like, but this is really just pissing me off. Like, we all know he's bullshitting, but a lot of people are gonna look at this like I don't know, man. Like, this is like E3's looking dead right now, bro. Like, are you fucking serious? We have all these big ass publishers still attending, including Nintendo. You're all saying E3 is dead because one, I'm sure who's like financially questionable right now is backing out, and one of their zealots right now are backing out as well. Like, come on now. Like, year over year, this server does do well. Of course, it has done the best as far as like attendance since it's like first video big. I think it was back in early 2000s, I believe. Still, then the show is still healthy. It gets a lot of traffic, a lot of viewers every year as well. It's far from dying at this point. Like, we all know why the reason why people are saying it's dying because the media pushing that bullshit narrative that is dying right now because they don't get the limelight, they don't get the spotlight that they used to now. We have such a surge of content creators coming up covering E3 as well. It's splitting the traffic from going to their websites, their streams, their news, all these different content creators as well. So now they're mad. They don't get the monopoly on the viewers anymore like they used to right now. So like all this bullshit E3 did, him backing out, bro. This is just ridiculous, bro. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Okay. What about you, Livewire, man? What do you think, man? I mean, what do you think? Does Jeff Keighley has a legitimate reason not to be at E3?
Thank you, Live. Appreciate that bulletin update.
I think his mic is still messed up. It's all good. It's all good.
Absolutely insightful. Wonderful
okay.
thoughts.
All right. Okay. Thank you. You know what? Live talks to you without talking to you at all. You've noticed that? It is the most thoughtful, sincere, most
captivating.
Yes. It you know what I'm saying? Just stupendous. Wow, Live. We'll come back to you, bro.
This is why he's the president. This is why
he's Donald Trump, man. He don't have to say nothing. He could tweet this shit out if he wants to. Like, I mean, he might say it on Twitter tonight. We don't know.
Oh man.
Okay, 100. You back? I know you back, but I don't know if you back on the mic. You back?
I'm
okay.
back.
Let me hear about the Jeff Keighley, man. Go ahead, man. I know you wanted to get you said you was gonna get rated R on your show.
I didn't even
but
do
you
rated
didn't.
R, though.
But you know what? I want you to give us the real. You know what I'm saying? Keep it 100. I want you to know, does Jeff Keighley have a legitimate reason why he is not attending E3? Do you think it's more about the ESA, or you think it's because of something else?
It's all right. I'm gonna put it this way. He's standing up for the quote unquote the IGNs and the media people and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. That's it. He hates people like us.
Forever.
He hates people like us. You know what I'm saying? That can talk to these developers. He hate people like Bloody. He hate people like, you know what I'm saying, 108. He hate people like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to kill that.
Oh!
He hate that.
Oh, look. 108 got a picture of him and we gonna leave that. So y'all already know what our voices look like. I'm just gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna snap it there and just keep it there.
That's what they're mad about because we have a voice now. You know what I'm saying? No,
Let's
I'm
be
not
honest,
a
seems
big
like he got
time.
some height on him. He look like he about what? About 5'11"?
Nah,
6
I'm
foot?
bending over, son. I'm bending over.
Oh shit. Okay,
Way
go
back.
ahead. Go ahead. Oh, woo, woo,
But
boy,
like I
Pause.
said, we got height. Thing about this, we have a, you know what I'm saying? We have a voice now. You know what I'm saying? In the community now, we have a voice. As gamers, we have a voice. We don't need a media tell us if this game or bad. We have access to E3 packs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We have access to it. They don't like it, and they're trying to put a strike. They thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna go away." You think about this? The word on the street was, I don't know if y'all heard. The word on the street is he's going to be head of Sony revealing the PlayStation 5. I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he
I
was
don't
there when
give.
they did the Pro.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't.
he was, wasn't he, live?
In
You're
his
absolutely
mind,
right.
he was shocked when Phil hit the thing about this, it's only a 10-second delay for what we see on the interweb. What they did when Microsoft showed that thing, that was like, yeah, tell this, bitch. That's what it was. That's what Phil was gonna say. He can't say it in the words, I'm gonna say it for him. Like, what you gonna do? I'm showing my console out. This is what it is. And think about it is Microsoft is people talked about their marketing and all this. They've been going for the straight throat. They cutting throat like the mafia. We got the powerful console, this and this and this and that. Woo, woo. They show you games. Sony's been what? Crickets. They don't know what to do. That's Jim Ryan, Jack Ryan. Oh, Jack Ryan is on Amazon Prime. My bad.
Jim Ryan.
That's a good yeah, Jim Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Jim ain't said nothing. Jim got on the stage and showed you a logo. That's all he did. And I that's what I get mad at. Even with the
It's a pretty logo
Xbox,
though.
even with the Xbox and what's called it. Thing about it is we go get at Microsoft for anything they do. The Sony don't do. They just take it. Well, he's promised us faster internet speeds. He's using you know what cloud service he's using? He's not using Amazon no more. They're using what? Microsoft stuff. They don't want to talk about that type of stuff. So when you start talking about them things go crazy. It's like they're bowing down. Like the money, they're going through a restructuring, and no one won't even say it. They're going through a restructuring. Look, Sean Layton ain't said a damn thing. Look at everybody that left. Only person that's there is Mark Cerny because they got him in the basement trying to make some face HDR again. That's what he's doing. He's trying to transition you guys to some stuff. They ain't come out with no games and this and that. And people sitting there, but wait, they're going to come out with their. No. Xbox sit there and hit them. They hit him with the Macho Man Randy Savage. They jumped off the top rope, hit him with that elbow. No, hit him with the Hulk Hogan leg drop. You ain't getting nothing from that. The thing about it is, Sony, where your games at? Why you ain't showing nothing?
Well, and that's one part right there, 100. That I mean, like if you know what I'm saying. That's why I wish that more pro Sony people would come onto the show because they would come out and they'd tell you, well, you know, Ghost of Tsushima's coming, Last of Us 2 is coming. You know, you compare, you know, Final Fantasy, even though we know that that's timed exclusive, but that's still going to be played first on PlayStation. So you're trying to say that those games are not. You know what I'm saying? Those games are coming, and they're going to be on the PlayStation 4, and they're going to be playable on the PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? And you put your comparisons to Bleeding Edge, to Ori and the Blind Forest, things like that. So they got games coming. The fact of it is though, when they would say that, then that's when I would hope somebody else would come in and say, but they've already Ghost of Tsushima. That was the game I was trying to think of. But they've blew their top already. They've showed these games for years, and people they've already seen trailers of them. They've already seen this. So if you show games 3, 4, 5 years down the line, then yeah, it still gets you hype, and you know that it's getting close. But the point of it is that when just like if you talk about Crackdown 3. that took all that time to be shown, and then you get the product and then it doesn't live up to the expectation, then of course, you're still going to be hyped. But for everybody else out there, they're like, well, what else do you got? Like you said, 100, what else do you got? Because, I mean, you're not showing me anything new. You're showing me the same the only thing I know that's coming is the same shit that you showed me 3 to 4 years down the line. I've already seen this. I want to see something else new. So I totally agree with you on that. Mirror X T8, he says, good riddance to Jeff. E3 will be awesome. Okay.
I'll put it this way. I wasn't expecting to go into that damn Coliseum in the first place. I thought about it, but he ain't E3. He wasn't E3. E3 is for the gamer. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it a buck.
Right.
E3 is for the gamer. He does not, just because he's gone, don't mean that E3 is gone. No. Right. And you guys got to understand this. I heard you make it the other day, and a lot of other people. We was there Thursday. Remember, I took Wednesday off because I hit the brick wall. Mm-hmm. Thursday was crowded as hell. It took me to play VR. It took me 2 hours to play VR because it was people still there. They kicked us out. I never been to E3 when they said, we're going to come back next year. You guys got to get out.
I got that video too. I'll share that too. Y'all need it. I'll share that. I got that.
God bless you. Good night. They kicked us out.
Kicked us out.
Yeah.
And a bunch of thousands of people.
Right. Yeah. We walk it out. There's still a lot of people up in there. Yeah.
Crazy.
So don't y'all sitting here listen to these quote unquote people. The thing about it is they think about it, they losing the access that me, Mega, Lemon, Bloody, know what I'm saying? Even Too Tall Jones over there, Livewire and shit, has access to these guys because what? The times have changed. Because they want to know really what the people want to talk about. You play these, they really want to know, think about these quote unquote editors or whatever, they don't play these games like we play these games. And when we talk to everybody, remember when we even talked about even what to do with the steering wheel. Look how in depth we got into with them. Mm-hmm. And we were switching. And we talking about, he's like, it's Bluetooth. I said, it's a steering wheel off inside Xbox. He said, yeah. We were just talking. But no one caught that because what? We ain't the IGNs. We're not the CNNs and all that. No, but we had it. When we did Bleeding Edge, we showed you, we bust out Bleeding Edge like it was nothing. Maker came back, was like, you got to play this game, Bleeding Edge. I said, what you talking about? He said, you got to play it tomorrow. I said, man, I ain't playing no damn Bleeding Edge. Wait no long now. I played Bleeding Edge and we was all hooked. That's a game that we was hooked. Thing about it is he told me about a game that I didn't play, and I ended up playing it because I had an open mind. Said, you know what, I'm gonna try this shit.
And they got us in the front of the line because I played that damn game so much.
Yeah, he sit there, man. We sitting there game banging on the security. That's a G14 classified thing, but I had to go solve the problem. But that's how passionate we was. That's how passionate we was. What they sit there and said, hey, you guys can record. We just can't talk about it because Microsoft don't want us to talk about. They breaking stuff down to us, and we regular Joes. There ain't no media on our stuff and none of that. We was just regular fanboys, to tell you the truth. But nobody hears that, and they want to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the regular gamer is got more power. Is getting more power than the media now, and that's what Jeff Keighley and them is sitting there. We got to go back to the drawing board. We can't let too many people in here. No, you need to let the people in.
It's not a we with him anyway. He ain't letting nobody. He's an attendee. He doesn't run E3. Only thing he runs is his gaming awards show. He wants E3 to keep the people out. That's why they got a media first day this year.
Right.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, that was the thing that I was going to talk about. I was just going to let 100 get finished.
They complained so much about it last year. That's why they got a media first.
Exactly. And what they're doing is basically forcing content creators to make a decision like they had to last year or what they got to do this year. You content creators want to come out here and try to play like us, then you got to pay like us. So it's going to be really, really compelling because you know what? KMEGA's almost in that thought process that I might want to pay to play.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? KMEGA might be. I'm thinking about maybe the pay to play because of this reason right here. Damn it. My check is coming and I'm ready. I'm hyping. I'm coming to E3 hot and ready.
I got it.
So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So no, but the thing of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, okay, y'all want to play this? We can play it. And you know what I'm saying? Look, I totally get it. I made that point. Like I said, I'm not gonna go in full in depth because I already made the video. If you don't mind, you can check out what I was saying in my video earlier this week. But I do think that the media now knows they are pressed. When you have other podcasters that have their podcast that has a better viewing from people that don't have any journalism degrees, and they get way more views and a lot more clout than the media themselves that went to school for it. So hell yeah, you would be upset about it. So to me, it's kind of like, yeah, and so ESA, you have to give ESA some credit, and you got to give them some faults because they did leak out information that was kind of fucked up. Don't know why that they made a blunder like that, but of course, anytime somebody's doing something new, there's always some kind of blunders like that. But the media is not all innocent within this at all.
I need to read this super chat.
They don't want. Okay, I'll let you get. Oh shit. Okay, all right, but I will say this: they do not want content creators to get out there and do what we've been doing because the public, you know what I'm saying, they're kind of cool with the public being out there, but you can just look at this picture between Keighley and my boy 108 Dragons right there. You look at that picture. Keighley smiling. He's like, yeah, but I'm sure he walked off
with
like
facts.
Yeah, y'all see, and right there, he's like, I don't want to hear this shit from him.
I'll wait for my turn.
Yeah, but no, I'll let you do it. So anyway, go ahead and read the super chat, man.
Restored Hades with that $10 super chat.
Woo! Thank you. YouTube's gonna take half of that.
When Jeff leaked the price of the Xbox One X, which he did, facts, he was blacklisted and not allowed to come into their event. So now Sony not there and he can't go to the Xbox conference. So it's no reason to go.
Whoa, and you know what? I was told, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to shout out to my
he leaked
man.
the Xbox One X price. Yes, he did. He sure did.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? And he could have easily leaked out the PlayStation Pro.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or the Slim. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Or the VR. He didn't do that. So, but check this out though, too. I was you know what I'm saying? Don made a great point. We were streaming the other day. He said, and you know, I didn't even think about that, Hades, but Don said this too. He said maybe Jeff Keighley just didn't have the venue. Maybe he just didn't get the perk that he was looking for to be the person. Because if you know what I'm saying, he got blacklisted, then hell, you know what I'm saying? You can't go to Microsoft. Nintendo don't want you. Nintendo already got their shit.
They don't rock with him.
You know what I'm saying? Activision got their people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Activision goes and do things all over. But Bethesda got their own people.
Everybody got their own thing.
Yeah, everybody got their own person. So, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that Jeff Keighley would be doing is what Jeff Keighley does is do that little show. And because his favorite platform of choice is not there, and Kojima's not going to be there this year, then it's obviously got to be, you know what? I'll just do something else. So, all right, okay. Livewire, we'll go to you now. What is your thoughts, man? What is your thoughts?
You talk specifically on Jeff Keighley being a little
his attendance.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really know that he even did the Coliseum like that. I just thought it was something he did that year. It wasn't like I was like constantly paying attention to it.
That's a program he ran.
Yeah, but what is the Coliseum anyway?
Ask questions like Comic-Con's board with different shows, You get to see developers talk.
And then
they sit on stage. Shout out to my man Megatron for inviting me to him, and I couldn't make it.
Yeah, but he asked questions like different. You know what I'm saying?
Like different people would come up.
And stuff
Like
like
they would
that.
have like top.
They had the Xbox panel last year. There was different developers and games panels.
Yeah, Ron Ferguson was up there.
And he sit up there and he talked and he asked questions. But anybody could do that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm thinking like, look, Xbox don't really need him for that because
nobody.
They got inside Xbox that they
got
Lametius. You know what I mean? So they don't need him for that. PlayStation's not there, so he's not gonna do any Sony stuff. So he basically be stuck doing Xbox and multiplats. So yeah, that's not. I mean, listen, man, he his lips would be mad dry. He would have nobody to really,
kiss up to and make him moist.
Yeah, you don't have.
Okay, I'll put the first Coliseum he did was, remember when the Xbox One X came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was talking about it. It was the S and the X, and they was talking about it. And he was sitting there. Can you put it up and down? Can you flip it up and this and that? And Major Nelson was sitting there like, yeah, you can. You got the stand. You can do whatever you want to do. It's like he
tried to belittle it.
Yeah, it's like he's looking at it. But come on, Jeff. I remember you from G4 TV.
G4 TV.
When
Facts.
you was doing them two chicks, Wood and Tina Wood, and I can't think of the other girl. I remember
boy Adam Sandler.
Yeah, your ass was they used to put you in a blender. You know what I'm saying? You blew up. You know what I'm saying? But come on now, man. Come on. He don't. My thing is, if you a journalist, you got a code. It's a code for everything. You know what I'm saying? Code red, code blue, code something. It's a code. Something. He don't play the code.
Restored Haiti says get Adam Sessler and Morgan Ram to do it. Morgan Webb to do it now.
I'm with that.
Oh yeah. Now if you notice,
Adam wants to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But hold on. But this is the thing too, though. Adam Sessler said he was coming back to do some things. And he was coming back to get into gaming journalism. So I don't know in what degree. I'm very excited about it because he's
good guy.
Yeah, he's you know what I'm saying? I don't know who that guy is behind closed doors, but I know as a gaming journalist, he is the most fair and reasonable person.
I met him in New York.
I
met him in New York at Digital Life. Shout out to my boy Six Slayer. We used to go every year. I met him at solid dude, just a regular gamer and straightforward. He's solid.
Right. That's all you ask for. But Xbox has been bringing in Morgan Webb. They've been, Jessica Shobot. They've been bringing some G4 people. If you notice, every time that they have an E3, they bring a G4 member. You know what I'm saying? And so like it's one of those things to me is where it seems like they want to plus the group that they also have with the I can't even think of the name of them right now. But for Xbox's show, but it's like they have their own people. Jeff Keighley kind of put himself in a box because
he did.
He put himself in a box.
He picked a side.
He absolutely picked a side. There's nobody out there that's been paying attention to gaming like we've been paying attention to gaming and can say Jeff Keighley has done anything really out there for Xbox like he did for Sony. He hasn't done that for Nintendo. He hasn't done it for Xbox. It's all really been about Sony, and it's clear, it's blaring. So of course, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from Microsoft and Nintendo if you know what I'm saying, if Sony's not going to be there and the venues and everybody else, Bethesda, everybody else has got their own host that people see because Ubisoft usually have the black chick that comes on. She does a great job.
My name is
Aisha Taylor.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so if she does a great job, and then you also got Square they kind of throw around their people, and Bethesda has their people. So it's like, what does Jeff got left to do? You see what I'm saying?
You know what?
Yeah.
When you put you put all your eggs in one basket, that's what you get.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like you ain't supposed to choose a side as a journalism. You may have your preference, but you going out your way and and making something king.
Right. Yeah.
But that,
Bloody,
what
bloody
just
op.
made
Just jump in and say what you got to say because I know that y'all waiting. But just jump in and just say what y'all got to say because I know that
Yeah, I mean, nah, but that was the issue.
everybody just
That's been
jump in
the
and say what y'all
issue
got to
this
say.
whole gen. About people just kind of picking sides instead of like just being journalists. You know what I mean? Like it's always been about the games, but then all of a sudden, people look at games and then say this game is shit because it's not on that system, and this one's better. And Resogun is the game of the year. Forget all those other games that Xbox had at its launch. The other game is look at this frame rate; it's terrible. But you talking about Resogun, dog? Like, what are we doing here?
Resogun got that 60 frames a second and the high particle count. It's
Yo,
all
I
you need.
remember, bro. That'd be like somebody talking about, The Last of Us is trash. You seen that Miss Pac-Man? That Miss Pac-Man is, Xbox got Pac-Man. That's the game right there. But and this is the thing. There's a difference between I think a lot of the Xbox guys and the PlayStation guys, right? Xbox guys will see bullshit and be like, look, man, if a game's dope. I'll rock with you when saying it's dope, but don't tell me something that's shitty is amazing.
The next best thing, right?
Like don't come out here and tell me like some game like that Xbox has that's terrible is like the game of the generation. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna ride with that, but a PlayStation dude will be like, oh well, man, I cried. I was emotionally involved in the game, and be like, bro, but you wouldn't even, a game like that you wouldn't even talk about. Like I remember when Journey came out, and they were like, Journey, it's such an amazing. And I'm not saying it's not a good game. They were like, it's this, it's that. Oh my god! But then when Ori and the Blind Forest came out, they were like, man, that game is just like whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
what?
It makes no sense. And you notice live that these people talk that's when I made that post and I said this thing. I said this and I mean this. They love games from a distance. You don't see gameplay from these guys. You only hear about the same two topics that you hear from every stand. Game sales, Metacritic score. That's it. They love games from a distance. Okay, you love
they
that
don't even
game.
post game. No, KMEGA. They don't even post gameplay. They post pictures out of all them photo modes.
Oh yeah, photo.
Well, no,
mode.
that's what I'm saying. They don't show
mode.
gameplay. That's what I'm saying. Like you love a game that much.
I gotta go last.
Okay. So I do want to throw this in so we can kind of get everything because I don't know what kind of questions the chat's going to ask.
Yeah,
us.
we got to get into them questions.
Yeah, so I want to kind of throw in this whole thing right here too as well, and anybody could jump in and say what they want to about this. But there was a Bloomberg report talking about Sony is struggling with the PlayStation 5 price due to costly parts, right? And so there was this one part in here that just kind of threw me completely off, which kind of also made our point to what we were alluding to about the whole why Sony is going into this active users instead of talking about hardware sales. It's right here. Read this. Listen to this. The PlayStation 4 released in 2013 at a retail price of $399 was estimated by IHS Markit to cost $381 to manufacture. Just think about that. Just think about that part right there. The retail price is $399. The estimated price to market this to manufacture was $381.
They don't make money off console
That's
sales.
$18 per console that was made. Hold on, let me finish this. Now I'm gonna read that one more time so people can be to understand this point. Like that's why this whole console shit, this whole console talk about sales don't mean shit. They never make that's why it takes a whole it takes so long for them to make their money back on there because they come in as a loss.
After the 5th year.
Yeah, it takes forever. So check this out. So I'm gonna read it again. The PS4 released in 2013 at the retail price of $399 was estimated by IHS Markit to cost $381 to manufacture. With the 450 unit cost and a similar gross margin, the PS5 retail price would have to be at least $470. At least the PlayStation 5 for what they're putting into this console for the PlayStation 5 has to be $470. That would be hard to sell to customers considering Sony's most expensive machine now is at $399, which is the PlayStation Pro, and is often discounted according to these analysts. Customers will benchmark their expectations based on the PS4 Pro and the PS4. If Sony prices above that, it would likely be to balance a need to offset higher material costs. Sony declined to comment. Okay, this is Bloomberg. This is serious shit. These people are. This is all about business. This is money. This is about This is about stocks and bonds. This is serious.
This ain't no what's it, Michael Pachter like.
This ain't no backwoods site. You know what I'm saying? Name KMEGA.com Reader's Digest. This is some real shit here. This is Bloomberg, right? Okay, so the company's biggest headache is ensuring a reliable supply of DRAM and NAND flash memory. With both in high demand as smartphone makers gear for the 5th generation of their devices, according to people familiar with Sony's operations, Samsung Electronics just announced its Galaxy S20 product range, which is vibrant which the variant of which will have 5G and the minimum of 12 gigabytes of RAM in the US. Yep. These video game Sony is having an issue with trying to get these products within the range to have enough for them to be pushed out in the spring. You know what I'm saying? And they're also having a price issue because they don't know what Microsoft is doing, and they know that whatever that their console has got to be, however they're going to price it, the console, at least with all the materials that's going to be within the PlayStation 5, is going to be $470. So I'm telling you that console looks like it's going to be $500.
Easy.
And this is something that Pred alluded to in the GRG DMs, which this would be fantastic, amazing, crazy. Just a crazy thought process, right? Because I would be fascinated to see this. Microsoft has the capital to do it, but we don't know if they will. But if Microsoft comes out with the SX, with the Series X at $400, Sony is going belly up, Jack. Sony will be in trouble.
But that would be impossible unless Microsoft decides to take a hit.
No, hold on. But this is the thing. This is the offset, though. Because in that Bloomberg report, they say this as well. Everybody is going away from that's the reason why everybody is going, because they say the same thing of what we were just talking about. Everybody is going away from the hardware sales to active users because where the money is software. So Sony has software and services. So Sony has no choice but to play ball and to try to get to that 6 to 7 billion, just like Microsoft is trying to do. And they and that's why I said in this Bloomberg report, Microsoft could undercut. Microsoft could get. They can
afford to undercut too.
They can afford to undercut.
They can afford
because
it.
they can make the money back with their service and their subscribers. Because Game Pass is blowing up, and the fact that Xbox Live is blowing up, it's still vibing,
still
and then
flourishing.
It's going to grow. It's still flourishing. That just think about that right there. Like Pred knows his shit. Now, not saying that Xbox is going the Series X is going to be $400, but just think about that. See, if Xbox wanted to be,
I hope so.
If no, it's not.
Because I'm walking out the store with both of them day one.
No, they're not.
Even if it's not $400, if it's $450, that's enough to cover.
It should be $500.
It's going to be $500. Well,
this
is the thing you got to consider because this is why I say this, and those PlayStation PlayStation stands get pissed off at me when I say this, but PlayStation is a customer. They're just a customer now. They signed off and got Azure. They got Azure. So I'm not going to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do you dirty, Sony. I'm not going to cripple your company. I'm not going to do you like that. So what we going to do, we're going to play 500, and then you can go and play 450. But you're going to still have to play, but you're playing ball. You're doing what we want you to do overall. You'll pay us money for the Azure accounts. You're going to do
and we'll make it up there.
Yeah, you're going to do cross-play. You're going to start putting all this whole stupid narrative that you alluded to and talking about exclusives and all that shit. What you're going to do is do what we're doing and start putting your games on all other platforms. And another thing that you're going to do is that you're going to start playing the Kumbaya game with us as well. You're a customer now. You could go ahead and try to fuck with Amazon or Google. You should have made that deal with Verizon. Like I said this on next podcast.
They don't have the servers either.
Like I said this on next podcast months ago. I said when people was over here making the point about like Game Pass going to PlayStation and then the whole concept is that Xbox would be crazy for doing that. No. Sony would be crazy for letting Game Pass come to PlayStation, because then what you're doing,
open a whole new generation to eyes that games they never seen before.
PlayStation, you could sell as many consoles as you want to. Xbox is sitting here saying, "Shit,
win-win.
We win." You saw how many million? You saw how many hundreds of millions of consoles? You sold 120 million consoles, and you got 38 million PlayStation subscribers on Game Pass. That's exactly what Microsoft wanted to do.
One game comes in mind.
Man, the business side of what Microsoft is doing, they're playing friends, but they're killing you at the end. They want to take this whole market over, man. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Game sets the standards. The most game ever sold in the history of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft.
Yes.
You got 50 million Nintendo players. I don't know how many millions sold on the Switch, right? But everybody on the Switch that's doing crossplay is on Microsoft Xbox Live.
Yes.
Because you gotta sign into Live to play crossplay.
And my man Restored Hades, he made a fantastic point right here. And you know what? I did mention it. He said, wow, the idea is just crazy. Mega didn't even mention the Lockhart. Bro, Microsoft, look, the Xbox division is like, Phil is over here. Don't take the smooth taste. Don't take that smooth taste for fucking just sweet flavoring. That Phil wants to win.
Yes,
Microsoft is like Sony's a customer. Let's be gentle with this.
Phil is like, money.
Yeah, let's get this money. Let's go ahead and let these suckers think they own this block.
That's right.
While we got all our agents just sitting out on the block waiting for some shit to go left. But Phil is over here like, no, I want it all. I want to sit here and get it all. No, Phil, be Phil. Let these stands go here and talk bad about you and dog you out. Let them do that to you, because while we're over here playing business with their top execs, with their CEOs, let their little fan base keep running around in circles, keep saying the same shit, while their demographic gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then next thing you know, they're gonna start singing the same tune like the Xbox fans are singing. Just chill, just chill. That's what I'm saying. It's about to go down, man. Xbox has got all Kumbaya. That's exactly what it is. Hey, it's a beautiful thing. Anybody want to touch on that? I know that, but I just thought that Bloomberg thing just spelled it out right there.
You killed it. Nobody could come up, but you killed my Jeff Keighley skit, man.
Damn. Do your Jeff Keighley skit so we can get to the questions.
All right, get out here. Let me say this for the record, people. Mm-hmm. Me and Jeff Keighley, where we standing at, that was Ori and the Blind Forest before it hit the market. So I'm playing the game. He see me with my cameras. I'm recording. I'm talking to the people. He walked over to me. He said, hey, who you work for? I said, Lemetius. So he said, what? I said, I'm a small YouTuber. I do big things. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm a small YouTuber and I'm here at E3 and I'm representing the gamer. So he started to talk to me while I was playing the game. So he was like, yo, you know a lot about gaming. And I said, yeah, that's what gamers do. I said, you have a great platform and you present a lot of things. I said, but what you don't do is represent the small guy and the small opinion. This is what E3 is missing. This is why I'm here. I said, yo, let me get this picture with you. You solid. You chopped it up with me for about 15, 20 minutes because that demo, Ask KMEGA, Ask Bloody, that demo is about 25 minutes long, right? Wasn't that demo like 25 minutes long?
It was a minute.
Yeah. So we chopped it up for the whole time. And he said, you know.
Will o' the Wisp.
Yeah, that was about 25 minutes.
He said, yeah. He said, your energy is good. I said, yeah, but as a big gaming company as y'all are, on what y'all deal with, like the IGN and stuff, I said, y'all can't say what we say. So we, as YouTubers and content creators, we are bringing energy that y'all can't say. Y'all got to be politically correct. You got to watch what you say. I said, my channel's PG-13, but I can do and say things you are restrained from. And he looked at me and he gave me a look like, this dude could be a problem. Because it was real talk. KMEGA was on Sea of Thieves line. I had walked over to KMEGA. I said, yeah, I just finished chopping it up with Jeff Keighley for about 20, 25 minutes. And it was real. So the hoopla y'all see with the Sony, the pump, the A-Train, he just going with what's winning because he think they gonna win.
Well,
but when he was talking,
okay. No, I think Jeff Keighley is just a fan. I think
no,
he's
he is a fan.
Yeah,
a lot of people grew up on Sony. We got two super chats too, but I just want to make my point before we get into them super chats.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, when the conversation after he left me, he had a different perspective on a YouTuber. Now I don't know how many YouTubers he know, but he may not know too many 6'5", 300-pound Brooklyn dudes that just keep it real. You feel what I'm saying? And he felt my energy, and people was talking to me. Yo, oh, what? And what this guy said? He see me talking to Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley wasn't the star standing there. It was that regular dude that spoke English, that spoke gamer talk. And this is the problem. Now you pick the side. Sony not there. Kojima not there. You definitely made your stance. Now what? Now what do you do?
Right.
That's the issue. That's why I put that picture up. Right. Because your favorite YouTuber is not out there doing what we do every year. We in them streets and we talking to these people. We shoulder to shoulder with them. And I'm telling you, the real ones will teach ones. Facts.
No, you're right. You're right. And let me say that. Oh my God. Whoa. Hold on. Wow. I just seen this. Thank you so much, Sleepy. I just seen this. I didn't even know that this happened. Man, my boy Sleepy Goblin, he's a moderator here for the GRG podcast. I was just going to shout him out here earlier because I seen him in here. And he was talking about Genesis. He was talking about the Darksiders Genesis. Right. Yeah, he was just talking about it. And I was like, man, because I played it at E3 and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like there was
hell yeah, it was
like I talked to the guy.
I'm a Darksiders fan too.
Yeah, there was this black dude that was there, and I thought he was security. He was a damn developer, and because he was a security, and I said, I know you security. I said, but I was kind of wanting to see your game. He says, I'm not security. I'm a dev. He says I help make this game. I said,
how you gonna profile your own people, bro? Come on,
man. Man, look, hey man, I'm sorry, I profiled. I was wrong.
Too. How you gonna do that?
I know. I'm a big dude too.
We
like
don't
I was on him
use
tripping.
that word.
We good. Hey man, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure the song that I played at the beginning of the show is gonna give me limited, so it's all good. But whatever. So I was kind of like, I was like, my bad, brother. I said, I you know what I'm saying? We don't see enough of y'all out here, out there playing the games. You know what I'm saying? I mean, out here making games and stuff. We don't see it. And he says, I get that. And I said, man, I just want to play this game. I said, I enjoy Darkstalkers. I said, I'm not the Yeah, Darksiders. I said I'm not the biggest fan because I don't know the lore properly because I haven't beat all of your games.
Oh, I know that lore for the goddamn. I read all
Right,
the
and
books.
I told him, I said, but I wanted to check this out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a YouTuber, stuff like that. And he opened it up. He says, come on in, and he talked to me, and we talked it up about 30 minutes. He let me play that game for like an hour and a half. Like and he was, and when I got to the main boss, and that son of a bitch was a problem. It was a big ass dude with a whole bunch of coins and money and shit. And I'm over here firing, and it was so dumb. I was like, oh shit, this game is fire. I said, because I was kind of skeptical because of the way it was over the top down look. I said, but this is dope, especially the switch between. You know what I'm saying? From Strife and War. And he was like, you really dig it? I said, I'm loving this. And so I played this. And so anyway, I was just saying this to Goblin, and Goblin sit there, man. He just bought me the game, man. Thank you so much, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, man.
Sleepy a real
Thank
good
you,
dude.
Sleepy
He's
Goblin,
a massive
man.
supporter of the team.
Hey, man. I mean,
so
he's damn near in every stream that I've been doing since I've been streaming here lately, man. So thank you so much, man. I've been so humbled here the last 2 days, man.
Sleepy supports the team
Right.
especially since I do my stuff late at night. He gets off work and he's like, "Hey, buddy." He's just like, "Look," he's like, "I got 3 hours to myself." He's like, "No one's on at this time." He's like, "You my entertainment." He's like, "Be you," and I'm just like, "Oh shit, all right, I got you, Sleepy." Like he's always there. He's always supporting the team.
Always, yeah, man. Thank you, man. That is awesome. I cannot wait to download this and start to knock this out.
You know what's even better about that game, right? Is that it's co-op. I was like,
oh well, then bloody, we got to do a co-stream then.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, because I wanted to, but I was like, I'm also because when I was at E3 and I was playing it, me and Baby Dragon went over there to go check it out because me and Baby Dragon are both diehard Darksiders fans. We both got the collector's editions for each game. We're waiting for them to release the new one for Genesis because those are coming later. I was like, me and him read both the books. Like, you want to talk about diehard fans? We were chopping up with the dude in the line for like half an hour while we were waiting to get in, and then we got to play for like a while, and then we talked with him after.
Damn, Mr. Kimo. Yeah. I'm sorry, I was there, but hey, bloody, didn't he look like security? Didn't dude look like security? He did. Yeah, he looked like security. I didn't know that he was a dev. Like he
I was talking with him. I was talking with him, and then one of the other guys who was a dev, and I actually still have a picture because I posed in front of the Strife statue.
Dude is taller than Lemon. Like dude was about what, good 6'9".
He was huge.
He was a huge motherfucker. I was like, damn, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, the next thing I was gonna say to him was like, damn. I said they treating this game like gold. They got your big ass sitting here like, whoa. But I didn't say that to him because he corrected me. He was like, hey man, I help work on this game. I'm not security. I said, oh, whoa, my bad, bro. I said, I'm sorry, brother. I said, I just don't see enough of you guys out here. We need more of you guys to be out here to support to make these games. He says, no doubt. And then he says, man, what, you want to play? I said, yeah, I want to play. And that was it. We just had a conversation. But like I said, I was there for about an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Because that was close to the time that they were about to shut off, and I was still playing that, and he was like, and everybody else was gone, and me and him was just still chopping it up. So yeah, man. So yeah, no doubt. So let me get to the super chat, and then we get to the questions. We can get out of here. Itchy Frosty Balls. That's a great name, actually.
You should have just said Itchy. Come on, man.
Itchy Frosty Balls. You know what I'm saying? That's just like our boy Chef from South Park. He said, I love the show, guys.
Chocolate salty balls.
Yes. Chocolate salty balls. Well, I should say on my end, caramel. Anyway, he said, I love the show, guys. Yeah, I'm light skinned, man. Light skin. Anyway, he said, I love the show, guys. The thing you may be forgetting is with the reality of Lockhart, which what if that means that the Series X is more than $500? Could be. And I totally agree. It could be $600. And the Lockhart could be $400. And that, you know what I'm saying? And that right there is one of those things where maybe Phil is like, I'm going to corner you, and I'm going to get you, and I'm going to make people make decisions because you're still going to have to be probably PlayStation 5, $500. But then what it comes down to is the ecosystems and how much is the trust of the casual. Not the diehard, it's the casual. The casual see $400 and the casual see $500. The casual is going to do exactly what they did with the PlayStation 4 compared to the Xbox One. They're going to go with the $400. So the Lockhart does have a lot to do with it, and then also your boy.
If it's true.
If it's true.
Our
right?
boy. He's our boy.
Oh no, yeah, Slick Slayer, yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying. But you've been knowing longer than I have.
Yeah,
Slick
since he was a kid.
definitely a supporter, man. Thank you, Slick.
That's my guy.
He said it's funny to me that the head of Xbox has a seat at the table, but not the new head of Surface or Windows. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I think Phil is so much of a gamer. And I think what those guys are doing out there with the Surface and things like that, man, I have never seen Surface products look so slick and clean. Their designs are almost not almost, they are Apple.
No, they have surpassed Apple with the kickstand and all that. They surpassed Apple.
Well, I'm saying though, like future. I was just gonna say like future Apple, like how Apple came in and everything was sleek and clean. Like when you looked at the Zune and then you go to the iPad. I mean, you know what I'm saying, to the iPod or whatever, and then you see how sleek and clean that thing is. Because I got an iPod in my little drawer thing right here next to me, and how cool that look. Like Surface in them is those designs, and who's ever's in charge. I've seen that guy
Zoom
before.
was a turnaround because
Right.
their first media player wasn't like that. But them live tab, live tiles.
Right.
If they would have dropped that day one, there wouldn't have been no Apple in the in the media in the terms of playing media. It just took them too long to get it right. But that Zune was amazing.
Oh no, it was dope.
Thing with live tiles, previews. Yo, it was. I had one.
It was dope.
Awesome.
I got a custom made one when I was young for my birthday because of how much I love that shit. Like the Zune was the truth.
The Zune was the truth. It just was too late.
Microsoft has stepped. I think what we've now witnessed is that Microsoft is now starting to slow down and not kind of rush something.
Don't do the Sega. Don't flood the market with hardware.
Don't be so gun ho to be first.
Right.
Let you know what I'm saying. Start making shit to be first. Start making shit first, but kind of see where the market goes. I think they've learned a great lesson, and I think that's what's going to complement what the Series X and what everything else is going to be going on with Microsoft right now, because they've got a really good vision and a game plan. So I don't know. Anyway, so we're done with
questions, man.
We're done with that. So anybody out here that want to ask us questions, what I'm going to do, everybody that's in the group, you'll pick a question.
Skibbity-doo-dah.
You'll pick a question and then we'll get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we
bloody short answers. Not a Bible book, not a Bible page.
We ain't coming back for 2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so we can hit the 3 hour mark. We can hit the 3 hour mark tonight. It's no big deal. So everybody in the chat, if you got a question, just type in GRG and then we'll see what the question is. And
no matter what it's about, could be E3, PAX.
Could be saying, KMEGA, you a fraud. Whatever. I don't care. Ask the question and we'll pick it up. Everybody will pick
do panel members count? Because I got a question for you.
Sure. Ask me a question.
Nah.
Okay. Do anybody on the panel want to ask me a question? Do anybody on the panel want to ask me a question?
Are you a sucker?
No, I ain't a sucker. No, I go after suckers. That's what I do. I ain't never a sucker.
We got one from Rain.
All right.
Where's the Windows Phone?
Hey man, put GRG first and then say where's the then put the question. You know what I'm saying? This works.
All right.
This works better for the ladies.
I don't know who has the answer for this, but I have the answer. But I'm gonna let y'all rock. Anybody? Windows Phone is supposed to release holiday season. You talking about the Duo with the dual screens, and it's ran on Android, and it has a those most of the Windows programs that work with Android is supposed to drop this holiday season. Being that I'm buying an Ultra 20,
Ultra,
I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up because I'm gonna have to make a decision if I buy stupid. You're gonna need oxygen after this.
that bloody energy. You don't ever need
yeah, but it's supposed to drop this holiday season, man. If you go to Windows Central, they got a nice little software where they show you how the Android operating system. You could do like a virtual walkthrough on how the apps will work. If you go to Windows Central, they got a nice little article. Maybe when I do a episode Monday, Rain, I will attach the link if I can find it. But it's definitely on Windows Central. It's supposed to be this holiday season.
All right, cool. I don't see any more questions. I don't see no questions. So I guess
anybody else got some hot fire?
Anybody got any questions? Ask us anything.
Y'all got a lot of LOLs.
Yes.
A lot
ask
of laughter,
us anything.
comments. Get in these questions. Anything you may. Yo, I don't know if Bloody Knuckle paints his nails red. I have no idea. I just know they always black, and he got.
I thought they were like purplish pink. I didn't know.
I mean, I've done red in the past.
Okay, all right. So do you? The question is though, Bloody, do you paint your toenails?
Okay, we got another question from Mirror XT8.
Whoa!
GRG.
What up?
When is the technology singularity happening? I want some female Android. What? We might have to do this every episode. This is comedy.
I know. This is great.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay.
All right. Well. Okay.
Some female androids. He's on
Bloody.
that
This is your department. Bloody. This is your department right here. Could you answer that question? For you know what I'm saying, the singularity happening. I want some female androids. So, hey man, this is your expertise. Can you handle Can you handle that for us?
Well, seeing as the fact that we already have the basis of most androids and robotics to already be working, and we're thinking about the advancement of, say what you will, but the advancement of dolls and that entire industry around that. I mean, the fact of being able to make fully synthetic skin and a working robotic endoskeleton, I would probably say though the technology singularity would probably happen within the next.
Okay, let me say this, years. Mirror. He's going too far.
Woo! Hey, man, I said this was a bloody. That was a bloody question. Okay, so bloody got
the truth.
I got a sci-fi question. I got a sci-fi answer. Yo, Mirror XT8.
Better find.
Go rent Blade Runner. That's as close as you're gonna get to
bro,
it.
Find some real flesh. If you got to buy it, go buy it. Go get busy. You don't need no robot for no shit like that, son.
Itchy Frosty. I ain't saying that last thing. GRG. What do you predict for Halo Infinite? Will it play like? Will it be familiar or something revolutionary?
Livewire, answer this question.
Oh
shit! Never mind. Live. We'll let somebody else.
No, let him go. He's talking. Let him go.
Okay. You talking. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know,
it's gonna be Halo.
Oh shit! No, answer that question. Live got to get something crazy.
He's like, no.
Live got to get some question. We got to get a real question. Go ahead and answer that question. I know you're a Halo fan like me. Go ahead.
Our hope is familiar with Halo 5 because I really do like the mechanics they introduced in that game. As far as revolutionary, that's gonna be really tough to top what they already did with the original Halo. Revolutionary, the first-person shooter genre, that's gonna take a lot to do, and it's possible, but I don't know if they're really shooting for that. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
I got another question.
Right.
Rain G4 GRG. Will Microsoft update Killer Instinct?
Hey,
yeah.
Livewire, answer that question for us, man. That's a Livewire question right there.
They need to.
Woo!
Oh, that's not an answer.
Hey, Live gave what he said. Live is
all right.
The Dolphin King gave.
We got another question from Corey Hale.
What up?
GRG. What launch titles outside of Halo and possibly Forza do you think dropping with the X? I'm figuring you thinking the Series X. That's what he talking about.
Lemon, you go ahead and answer that question.
Nah, the two big titles that'll be dropping, it'll be Forza 8 and goddamn Halo. That's the goddamn breadwinner. Facts. They don't need nothing else. They dropping two. Opinion. I'm pretty sure. No.
Opinion.
No, he asked the question and I'm answering it.
Besides those two, he said. Besides it was in the question. Come on, son.
Another big one. They got to give a big three. They got a big three. So what would be the third game?
I guess what. Damn, I don't know.
This is great. I see why the ladies do this. I see why
listen, man. Listen. Yeah. No, hold on. Let's just be real here. Their biggest franchise is Halo, right? They're dropping that with a console like they did the OG Xbox. That's huge.
Okay, but you
Then,
can't spin it. He
hold on,
said
wait. I know. But what I said was, hold on. No. Their biggest title is Halo.
I know, but
I'm talking about as a franchise. But listen what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
you're talking long. Come on now.
No. I'm not, because he won't let me talk.
Come on.
So what I'm saying is, outside of those 2 titles, they don't need nothing else. Technically.
Oh,
that's what I said. I know what he asked.
Come on, man. You got to give us something.
Damn.
A Killer Instinct, a Lost Odyssey, or something. Give us something. The man
Blue
asked
Dragon.
Okay.
Blue
Dragon 2. Thank you. We got that. Man,
I would love that.
That's actually pretty good. Okay.
That was an awesome game. Fought Godzilla at the end, but he was called something else.
All right. I mean, Jay Slayer, he said, GRG, when are the Sony stands going to pull their head out their asses and wake up to reality?
That's not possible.
No, that's a live wire question. Live wire.
Tell them.
Live wire. Answer that shit, man. Let them know.
Nah, they never gonna change. They're gonna
die with the blue.
Sony blue forever.
Forever.
Listen, man, at this point they're not gonna change. There's nothing Sony could do. I mean,
Sony has changed and they haven't.
Their mascot for the PlayStation is a lesbian. I don't know what else to tell you.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Next question.
Limited to almost not getting nothing out of that.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
Let's see.
Shino Elite.
No. It's your boy. No. Okay, yeah. Shino Elite. He says, GRG.
GRG.
Are any of you interested in Outsiders? It looks dope.
Oh, Outriders.
Did I say Outsiders? I'm sorry. I'm drinking some Jack now. I'm ready to end the show. I'm ready to end the show. I'm ready to get to it and start drinking.
6 Layer says at KMEGA, Coca Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi for life.
You get messy sick.
Pepsi for life. But anyway, to answer the question to my boy about Outriders, our man Super
looks like Gears.
Exactly. The man.
I don't feel like it really. I was like, it has a Gears.
Me neither.
I think like it's more Mass Effect. Like honestly.
Thank you.
Nah.
See, our boy Super Tree, the driver was. See, that's the thing. Like
you can't say absolutely. We ain't see the whole thing, so don't say absolutely.
Well, they've seen the trailer like 3 times. But
not even the trailer. They have legitimate gameplay. You look around. There's so many YouTubers that got flown out there that have gameplay that showed it off. It looks more like Mass Effect 3 style combat. Yes, it has the.
Well, Mass Effect 3 got Gears combat, son. Mm-hmm. Over the shoulder. They got the cover system. Hold on, pump your brakes. Mm-hmm. Mass Effect is my favorite series. That's the only series I can compare to Gears combat-wise, and that is a fact.
Now, when you start introducing all the powers and the way that everything.
Are you talking about powers?
Watch your mouth,
we talking about shooting mechanics. We talking about shooting
mechanics.
Now you want to critique.
No, that's
because it has powers. That mean they don't got shooting mechanics.
The gameplay in general.
You know what? Next question. Next question. You about to be bloody for real?
Okay. So my point of view.
These nuts, boy.
Oh shit. Okay, my point of view on this.
I gave him a pass. I'm not even feeding in. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Next question.
So my point of view on that is that the game looks fire. It looks very interesting.
Yes, it does.
That'll be in my wheelhouse.
No matter what it is.
But my man Super G. This is the thing about. I love Super G a lot, man. He's a great guy.
That's my
driver, the original driver.
The original
That's
driver.
My Smash brother.
But he's a Smash brother. But the thing of it is that he hangs around too many of those damn those stands, man. Because that he hangs around those stands and he be listening to some crazy shit. Because he was in the DMs, he was like, they're gonna start comparing this to Gears, and they're gonna start saying this is what Gears is supposed to look like. And I'm like, bro, they're human beings in Gears. If you know what I'm saying, if you go from Gears people, from jumping up and taking from Gears players jumping up and taking superpowers where they got flames in their hands and shit. That shit is crazy, son. Like people would be shitting on Gears. The traditionalists would be killing it. So it's got some, you know what I'm saying? Look, imitation is flattery. It does have some elements to Gears, just like it has some elements to Mass Effect. Imitation is flattery. It's great, but Listen, let's see what this game look like. The story look like it's very original. They're going to another planet doing some other shit. It's not
awesome though.
It looks great.
Thing, right?
Let's just give the game a chance and let's see what it's about.
I got another question. Hold on.
Here's the reason that he made that comparison, but I think that I can understand where there's elements of it. Is that people fail to look at what People Can Fly did?
But our boy got concerned.
He was like, he got concerned. But
he was like, they're gonna say it's not, but this is what Gears should have been. I'm like, bruh.
But that's what I'm saying is that he was going off the fact that they just did Gears Judgment alone. Yes, they did that in partnership with the Black.
Gears Judgment was a good game.
Hang on. I said they had that aspect, right, of having a third-person shooter because of their previous past with Gears Judgment.
Right.
People fail to forget that they're adding in that sci-fi element and those powers because of what they've done with Bulletstorm.
Gears is sci-fi, and Bulletstorm do play like Gears.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me get to the next question. We got to get to the next. There's a lot of questions. We got a ton of questions. Yeah.
Mr. Kima, this is directly towards my boy Livewire.
No, hold on. No. You missed something.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
it was Six Slayer with GRG, Coca, Pepsi.
Rain just asked the question. Rain said, "Will Jeff Keighley pop out of a cake when Sony reveals the PS5?"
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Absolutely. He's going to have tassels on and everything.
Damn. And then we got FaZe.
He might have a PlayStation themed thong on.
Oh, thong. You know what? I think I might try to add that into. You know what? When I get that thing, I'm going to add
let's get to a real question. Mr. Kima, GRG.
No. Okay, hold on. Mr. Kima's further down. We'll get to you.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I asked you. I told you this. Coca, Pepsi.
No. FaZe 144. I mean, 114. 11-4.
Where the hell are you?
144. I'm sorry. 114. Sorry, the jack is kicking my ass right now. I'm sorry, FaZe. He says, GRG, will the price drop save the Division 2? Yes. It's $3. It's $3. If you can't pay $3 and you call yourself a gamer, shit's bad for you. Shit's bad. Answer this question, please.
That's just really not an issue. It's really how the community is going to react to the new DLC drop. Because from what I've been gathering, a lot of people don't like how the year one content was rolling out for them as well. And a lot of people are complaining, saying this, what they drop right now, should be free, which I don't agree with because it's a whole ass expansion on top of other improvements to the game as well. So all of that to be free seems to have a big stretch right now. But I'm going to watch how people react to this DLC dropping soon, see how the game is judged after that point. But I think might be a little rocky for him going forward. I'll really have to wait and see about that. But the game is dope from what I play. I just need to get.
I know the difference.
Me and Live played. I mean, I'm saying me and Live. Me and Def Jam, we played it the other day. Yesterday, matter of fact. Yeah, it was fun as hell. Yeah, we was going through it. It was really fun.
I know why I see some. I don't see some of your questions. I got mine on top chat. You might have yours on live chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at the live chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on live. I got you. That's why I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now you see the Coca Pepsi, right?
Yeah, Coca Pepsi, and then Mr. Kima. You can ask that. Yeah,
right.
that's
Mr.
the
Kima,
Livewire.
This is straight for Livewire. GRG Livewire still going to E3. That punk sucker ain't going. No,
what? Let Livewire answer. Let Livewire answer.
No, I was making fun. I was making fun.
Go ahead. Live. That question was directly to you, brother.
Nah, I ain't going because I ain't prepped for it. That's the reason why I ain't going.
Dude is so tall he could jump between states like the Hulk. He playing himself.
The dude is too tall. He can't fit in a plane. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we got another question.
Well, hold on, but just think about this for a second.
I do need the exit seat, though.
Livewire is like 6'9", 6'10".
I'm not that damn tall.
No, he's not. He's like 6'7".
But he still got dolphin barrettes with gold tips.
Oh, he said dolphin.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got the blue barrette dolphins with gold tips at the end, and them dreads is down to his ass. What do you think? People gonna look at this man?
He said you're light-skinned Ziggy Marley. That's disrespectful.
My life ain't that long, man.
All right, we got Restored Hades, GRG.
Yes.
Have you noticed the change in Xbox marketing? I can answer this. All right. Depends what platform you on. Microsoft has taken a huge approach to digital content platform advertising. I recently became a Disney Plus guy. I bought the Disney Plus. I bought the ESPN Plus and I bought the Hulu Plus, and it was $12.99. So I bought it because it's like a stupid bargain. When I'm watching Hulu, every other commercial is goddamn Xbox. I've never seen that. So I was telling KMEGA maybe a couple podcasts ago, like I didn't even know Hulu had commercials between their programs.
Yeah, they do.
No, but not if you pay for it separate and pay for the Elite, you don't.
Yeah.
That's what 100 told me, but I didn't know. You know, I'm new to it.
If you pay for that
If you pay, right, and they're going hard digitally. They're going hard on YouTube. They're going hard on basically like websites. In New York, shout out to my boy Bloody for coming out here for Comic-Con. What did 42nd Street on Broadway look like?
I'm pretty sure at that time I saw nothing but Gears of War 5.
So they definitely stepped it up.
Every screen. Especially when we were
if you go back to my content on my channel, man, you'll see I posted it. Bloody was, yo, look at this. He point up to the sign. They had, Times Square sees over 1.6 million people a day. And Gears 5 was everywhere. Everywhere. I didn't see that 3 years ago. I didn't. So it's changed.
Cool. All right. Our boy Other Zinc, you know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? A very loyal person to the GRG podcast, man. Thank you so much, Other Zinc, man. We wouldn't be shit without you and everybody else that listen to us. He said, why do people think Jeff Keighley is important to E3? Are you there? I see he got his mic. He got his mic shit. So I'll take it. Okay, go ahead, Bloody. What do you think?
I'm here.
The reason.
I'll let y'all both answer it. I'll let y'all both answer.
The reason people want to put the fact that Jeff Keighley is so important to E3 is the fact of that he was the personality, right? That we've seen that every conference and every other show always has that name, that face, that personality that becomes synonymous. The fact that he's been there and hosting E3 as long as he's been a journalist in the gaming industry and as long as he was at E3 for the past 25 years, he's always been the face. And so the fact of that, one of the big companies who has not had anything to show off over the past 2 years, that he's been a very big supporter and absolute all around, diehard for, is not there, and saying that he feels uncomfortable being the host for that showcase with everything and pulling away. Suddenly they're just like, oh, the big name who's always at E3 is not there. And one of the biggest companies is not there. Obviously something's wrong. So because of the fact that he's stepping away, they want to say, oh, this is why E3 is dying, because him and Sony are not wanting to be there. But you don't need that. Literally anyone could be the face. Anyone. There's so many other more interesting journalists and personalities that exist in the industry who all stepped away because they see how the media is being all toxic and doing super bullshit, who are now starting to come back because they're like, all right, now there needs to be a massive, true voice, which is why we're seeing the return of Adam Sessler doing his podcast and all his individual content after kind of stepping away for the past few years. I was like, so we don't need Jeff Keighley, but because of how long he's been there, everyone wants to run with the fact that, oh, Jeff Keighley's not going to be there, E3's dead.
Okay. All right, Op, you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, to add on to what Blaze is saying, I think another part well is the Video Game Awards show. People have really been hyping that show up for years, and unfortunately, some publishers, Microsoft, a little more emphasis on it than it really should have, instead of focus on their own shows as well. He's really, I guess, more of a household name at this point, as far as how everything goes in the gaming community as well. People see him not participating in E3, there might actually be a big shocker because he's so synonymous with their, gaming experience right at that point. They think he makes a big part of E3 when he really doesn't at that point. But I think that also plays a part in why people think it's a big shocker or a big issue that he's not going to be a part of E3 this year.
Okay. All right. We got 9 minutes left, so I want to go
9 minutes left.
Yeah, we got 9 minutes left because we
Let's
still got to do
the next
outros. Yeah, my man.
Frosty.
No. It's Mirror XT8. He said, GRG, he said, would achievements on back-compat OG Xbox games incentivize players to play more classic titles if they make it? I'll answer this. Absolutely. If they find a way to tap into the ambrosia of going back to the OG Xbox and having some of those games, like, let's say for instance, KOTOR, Atagi, Kung Fu Chaos,
Yeah.
Brute Force. It would be one of those things. I mean, there's so what's Sky? What is that game with the little planes rolling around?
Crimson Skies.
Yeah, Crimson Skies. If you could go back and you can get you can get some kind of validation for going back to those games and getting achievements. I'm not an achievement hunter, but I would damn sure go back and play those games just because. Because if there's one thing that I've always said is that when people always look at other people's achievements and they try to claim as those people are gamers or not, you cannot ever go back to the time when me, Lemon, and so many other gamers that's been playing, going back to the first Nintendo, if we had achievements and trophies and shit back then,
my God,
then that would be a valid point. But there was such a long cutoff. You're talking about 2 and a half decades, maybe even almost close to 3 decades of where people didn't get to get achievements or trophies. What about those gamers that's been doing it from way back then?
And we drove to finish a game for ego.
Right.
To feel something like we accomplished something.
Yeah, there's many of times that people have gone back and played games multiple times just because they could play it, and then that means they would have maxed out on those achievements or trophies and got platinums and diamonds and every fucking thing else, and their achievement scores would be anywhere comparable to what Randolph Thor's shit or even more. So if they added that, that would be one of the best things Xbox has done, and I guarantee you, I know that this sounds crazy, but I guarantee you that would sell consoles, because that would make people think, wow, I could get some achievements off of playing these old games, and there's a lot of people that didn't play a lot of the OG Xbox games. It's a win. It was an absolute win.
A lot of the 360 games got them backwards compatibility achievements
right,
in the beginning when they first introduced it.
But that's 360. We're talking about OG Xbox.
OG, no.
That would be fantastic.
Now we did skip one.
Who was that?
Frosty. Do you guys think there's going to be a difference between the form factor of Xbox Series X and Lockhart? I'm going to answer this.
Yeah, answer that.
The only difference I think there's going to be is either going to be RAM or teraflops. And let me explain what teraflops is. Teraflops is the complete computing power of the GPU with the CPU. And, you know, even if it's a 4 teraflop system, it won't be less than the X. People think that the Lockhart, if it exists, it's going to be 4 teraflops. If it's 4 teraflops, it's like a GeForce 2060 versus a 2080. That will be the difference. It will be mostly computing power. It won't be sacrificing ray tracing. It will have ray tracing, but it won't be able to ray trace at, let's say, if it's 12 teraflops, it won't be able to do 12 teraflops of ray tracing. So yes, there will definitely be a difference, and it's not a negative thing. It will be more powerful than the Xbox One X, but it won't be more powerful, or it will be comparable to the Xbox Series X. That's the answer.
Okay, cool. We got 3 more, and then we'll be done. Is Jay Slayer? He said, GRG, do you think Phil should go all out when they announce the price of the Series X, and just say they will be cheaper than the PS5 and leave it at that? Anybody want to touch that?
Okay. Price matters. Casuals matter. Hardcore. Let me say this. Xbox Series X, $600, ray tracing, 1080 graphics, or even 1070.
1440p.
2070 or 2080 graphics at $500, full ray tracing, all these new technologies in it. It's worth $600. Like I said this in a few GRGs. My graphic card was $825. Just my graphic card. Not everything else in my computer. My graphic card, 1080 Ti, custom. If I can buy a graphic card for $825, I will buy a whole system for $600. And from what these systems are doing, my current $3,000 PC cannot do for no goddamn $600.
Right.
It's worth it.
And on
It's
top
worth
of
it.
that, these consoles is going to be long. These consoles
Right.
play we're going to go back to the 360 PlayStation 3 era. I just don't see them just going 5-6 years again. I think that they're going to go about just as long as we've seen with the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era.
And another thing that people don't understand is when a console always came out, it was at least 6 months ahead of PC. This generation was the first generation. Both consoles came out 3 years behind current PCs. That's why we had a generation refresh. Because like I said, it's either on par or most of the time, it was 6 months ahead. PC was destroying both of these consoles.
Killing.
Yeah, one was 900p, one was 1080p medium settings. They both came out and came up short because they was trying to save money and trying to capitalize off the success from the last generation, and they didn't get bang for buck.
No.
Now they're aiming for the fences, but you guys want to play hard? You're gonna have to pay hard.
That's right.
Facts.
Facts.
I don't want to hear that crap about, oh, I'm not spending that money. Well, 8K, new TVs, 4K, 120 hertz refresh rate. That's all real now. It's real.
All right, we got
these consoles bringing the heat.
We got 2 minutes left. We got 2 questions, and then we got to do outros.
Let's do it.
6 layer. He said, GRG, deep dish or Sicilian? Deep dish all the way, baby.
I go deep.
Deep. I want to go deep. Bloody.
Facts.
Deep or Sicilian?
Sicilian.
All right.
I bet.
Deep or Sicilian?
Don't disrespect Orgy Island over there.
Ooh.
Deep or Sicilian? Deep.
Who are these people?
I'm talking about pizza.
Pizza, bro.
Deep or Sicilian?
He said, "Who are these people?"
Deep dish or Sicilian?
Sicilian deep dish is fucking pasta with tomatoes too much, bro. Nah.
Oh man, you got me fucked up. The sauce, you fucking around with the wrong pizza place. The sauce
You know
should be right. You got cut that shit with a fork.
You eating that virgin pizza?
You ain't pizza.
Cheese aged 2 days. Get your behind
I
out
didn't
of here.
know. I didn't know Texas was over. Oh no, you in Atlanta? No, hell no, they don't know how to make no pizza.
I'm not taking no pizza advice from damn Texans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oklahoma know how to make pizza, baby. Let's go. Hey, our boy Elite. Is the last question. He says, GRG, are any of you going to play Final Fantasy VII Remake? And if so, will you wait for the Xbox or play it on the PS4?
I'm buying it on PS4 Pro because I'm a gamer. Facts.
What about you,
bias here.
Later. I'll buy it on the Xbox later, but gotta get it first.
That's right.
You know what?
We gotta stream that.
Real
We gotta
about
stream
gaming.
that.
Exactly. We real about gaming. Unlike half these frauds out in these gaming streets.
Facts.
I will. You know what I'm saying? I will get it because Final Fantasy is pretty much to me synonymous with the PlayStation because that's where I actually first played it at. So I will get it. I will.
Plus, I got that GameStop hookup. I could buy it today and trade it in tomorrow and get the same price.
I will stream it, but I will have more absolute glee when it comes over to the Mighty X, to the Series X, and I will be throwing my finger up and then letting my my so-called console master race-ness happen because that Series X is going to be blazing that shit better than anything else that's in the market other than somebody that has a super high-end PC. So yeah, I'm gonna double dip. I'm gonna go get it and get it. I'm gonna get it. So Sir X-Man asked a question, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna get out of here. Sir X-Man.
Shout out to my senior citizen Win Depends. Yeah, that's my man.
GRG, remember when games used to give you a lot more achievements for online playing with your friends and other people? Absolutely. Yes, it has been very ass dry. It's been what I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Live or it was Op that said dry lips, but that's exactly what's been going on, man. They have been
Livewire.
Livewire was absolutely right, man. It's been dry lips.
Dry lips.
Hashtag dry lips when it comes to achievements with online games. Call of Duty, you might not even be happy to see one. Madden, NBA 2K, you ain't seeing that shit. Now Gears give you some good shit. Halo give you some shit.
Halo do right.
Yeah, like it seems like the games that are officially on a console, they'll give you some achievements for their online.
Some.
But for these third party games, they're like, nah, bruh, we want you to eat.
Rainbow Six gives you some good ones too, because that's only online.
So it is what it is. All right, so we getting out of here. We are 3 hours and 2 seconds. So let's do our thank you. I didn't think that we was gonna get that many questions. And Mir XT8 says, thanks for another great episode, guys. Yes, you are very welcome. Thank you guys for still sticking around. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I was cool going over 3 hours tonight is because, like I said, we're gonna be off for 2 weeks. Your boy is getting married here in 2 weeks, and so you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be about my lady time. Now I will be still out here gaming and playing and stuff, streaming and stuff like that.
It's over.
No. I'll be still doing that.
It's over.
But
no pants off, dance off.
Podcasting, you know what I'm saying? Like, she already got places she's going to go.
Within this break, if we catch you on Xbox Live, you catching these fade, bro. You gotta spend some time with your wife.
I got she knew what she got with when
Take
she
your
got
ass
with
to
me.
Tahiti.
I'm
Enjoy this
going
break.
to be gaming, sucker. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I got to do it. I'm going to hit draws and hit pause. That's what we're going to be doing, baby. Hey, that should be some David shit. I'm gonna be hitting them draws and I'm gonna hit pause.
You're supposed to be hurt, man. How you using your back? I'm telling on you.
What you talking about? I'm gonna try my best. I gotta try my best. I gotta try my best before I get my shots. Anyway, hey, Bloody, where can they find you at, man? Where can they find you at, bro?
Yo, man, you know where they can find me. They can find me over on Twitter, on Instagram. They can find me on Facebook, and of course over on YouTube.com. And Mixer, all at Bloody_Nux, KNUX, where they can find me streaming 5 times a week, every day, Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, and then hosting the Smash Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things nerdy news and geeky goodness, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central, where we talk all things anime, movies, comic books, TV shows, manga. You like it, you name it, we got it.
Bloody nuts.
Oof. Bloody knuckles with the I'm not going to do it. There's too many weirdos that be listening, and I should say listening, they'll be just trying to find reasons to say just weird shit. Anyway,
shout out to my dude, Bloody Nuts.
Operations Op, what's going on, man? Hey, man, I've talked to you and spent more time with you this week than I ever have, and I don't want to do it again. Where can they find you at? I'm rookie of the year. What's up, Bob?
He said he's done with your ass.
The oldest rookie of the year. You got to change that title.
Hey, man, we got to call this the sophomore. The sophomore.
He definitely in sophomore year.
Okay, the sophomore. What's going on with
he like Bart Simpson. He been in high school for 9 years.
Hold on, bro. We ain't doing that shit.
Oh, okay.
Not high school. Nah.
No, man. That dude over here, man,
he called him rookie of the year. It's been about damn near 2.
The sophomore. All right, the sophomore. He's a sophomore now. Okay, sophomore. Where can they find you at? Sucker?
Here, Twitter, Smash. Leaving it at that.
Ugh. All right. Okay. You know what? He's trying to be a dick. Fuck that motherfucker, man. He out of here. I'm gonna call him the lame because you know what? I'm gonna beat his ass.
You just called him Persona 5?
Oh, oof. No, I didn't call him. I didn't call him the penis demon. I didn't call him that. That's KMEGA. K-Mothra. Anyway, 108 Dragons TV. Yeah, Livewire and 100, they bounced out, man. They can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. If it ain't talking about some funk or disrespecting
truth is in the sauce.
Other consoles,
sauce,
riding red trucks, and going around doing this, get out of here, man. Let's get out of here, man.
The sauce.
Let's go. Where can they find you at, Lemon?
You can find me at 108 Dragons TV on everything. And let me tell y'all something, man. We need more likes from y'all. I ain't e-begging, but it's the facts. Get them likes up. We out here putting in this smoke. We doing big things. Right. And listen, man, Shout out to all my people that support me, that support my team, that support Bloody, that support KMEGA, that support Oppie Op, Livewire. Goddamn, even that boy 100. This is what we do, man. We bringing you the facts, man, and we definitely try to keep it entertaining. And I appreciate everybody for stopping through, man.
Right. And Lemon, how many more are you from 1,000 on YouTube?
90. I need, listen,
hey, man, 90
I need 90.
people. We have way more than 90 people that watch the show. Go get my man to
on
1,000.
YouTube.
Get him to
108 Dragons, man.
Help
Please,
out
108
GRG
Dragons TV.
help him.
And you know what's
GRG.
crazy?
Yes.
It's gonna help you too, because I'm gonna be live from that E3 floor. It's all about YouTube killing the small content creators. Now we can't go live from YouTube unless you got 1,000 subs. It wasn't like that the last 2 years. Yeah. So now I definitely need y'all, man. I appreciate the support if y'all come through.
Get that man 1,000 subs, man. Go sub
Please,
up,
man.
Everybody out there, if you check my channel, there's a list on the right-hand side of YouTubers, and I don't know whether it's Showcase or some kind of crazy shit, but you see them. They got there's GWG, there's 100, there's Lemon, there's Livewire, there's Bloody, there's everybody out there on the side, man.
Without you, there's no us, and that's a fact, man.
Yeah, man, go support my boy 108 Dragons
Appreciate
TV, man. Go do that. And as for me, you know how we do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's a blessing. Thank you, Sleepy Goblin, for hooking me up, man. That's man. God bless you, man. I'm so thankful for anybody that just listens to my crazy ass talk and stutter and ramble around and do the things that I do. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. And then, you know what I'm saying, and thanks for Fura Music for hooking me up with the Power of the Grid with Power Rangers last night. Man, I thank you guys, man. It means a lot to me. It almost puts me to tears, man, because I'm thankful. I'm humble. I'm a person that don't want to be fucking around and talking about dumb shit. I just want to have fun and talk about games and do things about games. So thank you. But as we always do around this time, what we doing is, if you're not gaming tonight, if you got to go to work, then we totally understand that means your ass need to go to sleep. And if you ain't going to sleep and you ain't gaming, then there's only one thing left for you to do. And what is that, ladies and gentlemen?
The Pants Off Dance Off.
Hell yes, that's exactly right.
And that's what KMEGA gonna be doing for the next 2 weeks. That's why he ain't taking his ass to the party.
Hey, I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying?
She's gonna make your ass wait for the next.
He on a pinnacle penis timeout. Let's go.
No. I'm gonna get that there. We're gonna be going places, doing things.
He said the week before that he's gonna go out, find some nasty ass hoes, and get his shit ready.
Oh no! Pull his mic.
I did say that. I said I gotta get some practice in. You know what I'm saying? Get some stuff ready. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the arch back action, but
arch back.
The arch back action while breaking deep. Oh Lord Jesus. Anyway, we out, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me.
Don't leave, fellas. I want to tell y'all something before we go.
Peace. Good night.
Later.
And our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and 6:30 Pacific. This was the GRG Podcast.